Play, the video game podcast starts now.
Hello, England. How are you all? Just saying hello, England, and realise that none of us are actually in England right now. But we have people from all over the world. Welcome to the Click Click Play podcast, episode 37. We made it. Jordan, you were right there. You're from like episode 1. How are you? How are you feeling? Are you feeling optimistic about it, or do you feel like you've wasted, like, wow,
very pessimistic?
How many hours of podcasting recording has that been? I mean, it was 3 hours last week. So
Oh god, yeah, I bet it mounts up actually. Fuck it.
he quits. All right. Well, speaking of quits, we Manny has his throat has quit on him, and also I thought he quit last week, but apparently he's not totally. I don't know.
He's in limbo. That's where he is.
Yeah, he got his.
He's in limbo, sick, ill, quit. Who knows?
Is it a basketball
knows,
match or
Manny?
something? What's that one? What's
Well,
the Miami?
we'll see next week.
He's in like he got a Miami Narwhal ticket for the season or something.
Oh, the Dolphins. The Dolphins are the Miami team.
Oh, not the Narwhals.
No, not the. I don't think there is any football team with the Narwhal as their mascot.
Why not?
Yeah, that would be
I
amazing.
don't watch football.
Yeah, I have no idea why not. It's an awesome animal.
Yeah.
Along with the
Fucking racist.
platypus.
The
Yeah,
Narwhals.
racist.
Sea unicorns, they are. Sea unicorns. Okay, well, yeah, the voices you can hear are, as always, it's Andre the Giant. I'm going to stop there before because we're going to
Hey,
try and
everybody,
keep this below
it's
3 hours.
me, and I'm still here doing
Yeah.
the podcast. And we brought up earlier the amount of hours we spent doing this podcast. Man, that just hit me really hard. I'm like, imagine if I read books or something. I could have finished a whole book.
Yeah. Could you?
Multiple. Who knows?
Yeah.
The Bible.
Instead,
I could have finally read the Bible for once in my life. But instead,
it takes way more than 3 hours. Trust me. I've tried.
Yeah.
well,
Read the
I'm going
Quran
to hell.
instead. Much more eye-opening.
Yeah, I'm going to hell because of Ben.
Okay.
Basically.
Great. Oh, no, you're not the only one that's going to hell because of me. And speaking of going to hell, Zacharias.
Hey,
Zacharias.
what
Zacharias.
up?
What up? Sponsored by.
I'm filling in for Manny. Sponsored again by Sparkosoft, saving me $50 by not buying their software. So there you go.
It works. It works so well. All right. So, yeah, welcome to Click Click Play episode 37. And we're getting to the bitter end of our top 100 games of all time. We're going to be doing from 40 to 21 today. And also you'll know the entire top 20 as well. So you can start lobbying us for next week because I know how much it means to you. Oh, by the way, Jordan, you know Edge magazine?
Yeah.
I love edging.
Yeah. Oh, and do you love Edge
Yeah,
magazine?
is that a porn magazine?
To be honest, for me, yeah, it's an adult video game magazine, but I don't mean it's just constantly looking at Dead or Alive. It's just it talks about making. It's really really well written. But they've got a Spanish version just came out, and I'm gonna learn some Spanish by reading that. So I'll be able to.
Congratulations.
I'm gonna be fluent on like video game design in Spanish, that kind of vocabulary. But it's like when it comes
Some
to
Spanish edging.
yeah,
So you could kind of say that Spain is on the edge now.
it is on the edge.
And with that, we end the podcast, everybody.
Oh yeah. All right. So, well, this week, what have you been up to? I had a general strike. Speaking of Spain being on the edge, there was a general strike on Tuesday, and I couldn't get to work, so I got paid for not going to work. Hey, that was good. What
Is
about
that
you,
when
Ron?
generals strike or when generally people strike?
A general strike? I think is when all the unions strike.
Ooh, I wish we had unions.
Oh no, can't have rights. People with no money. But yeah, that was. And I wrote, oh yeah, Barcelona Games World's on right now. I wanted to say that, but then I couldn't be bothered to get any tickets. So I could have played Mario today, but I chose not to because it cost money. And also, it takes place at Plaza España where all the fascists are. So I'm gonna. I wanted to kind of avoid that place. But yeah. So Andre, you got really exciting news from this week. You did nothing.
I did nothing. I had a very boring week. Worked a lot. And next week I'm working even more. So probably next week I won't have anything to say again.
Oh,
So perfect.
Great. Well, this is definitely keeping the podcast below 3 hours, so this is
Yeah,
fantastic.
exactly. Yeah.
What about you, Zach? Roommate? Oh no. Oh wait. We're gonna go back to Zach in a second after Jordan,
no.
because we're gonna build the anticipation for Zach's latest roommate update. Jordan, how was Blade Runner, the vampire film?
It's not the vampire film.
What is it? It's like Mirror's Edge.
Yes, the Mirror's Edge sequel. No, it's a really good sci-fi film. It's fucking awesome, and it's got Ryan Gosling, and it's got Han Solo, and it's got like a really beautiful hologram woman who's really beautiful. I need to look who that was actually. Yeah, it's just so fucking good. I need to go see it again. So
You
good.
should, because apparently it's tanked at the box office.
Oh, I know.
What?
Fuck. And
Really?
Yeah.
everyone's like, yeah, but so did the first one. And I'm like, yeah, I know, but I want a sequel to this one. I totally like.
Yeah, but when was the
it's
first Blade Runner out?
30 years ago. The
So that
this
tanked,
one,
and look
like,
what happened.
yeah, but this one kind of leaves it quite open. But there's some things set up which you'd assume there needs to be a sequel for. Whereas the first one was really weird and really didn't need a sequel, to be honest. But what I'll say for Blade Runner 2049 is it's probably the best looking and most stylish film I've ever seen in my life.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, stunning.
I really want to watch it.
Should I watch the first one first?
What, me?
Yeah,
Or should you?
Should I watch it?
Oh yeah, of course you should. Yeah.
Okay. So what's it about again?
It's set. It was made 30 years ago, but it's kind of set in 2019, so it's kind of current day now. But it's like really futuristic. It kind of set up the template for what sci-fi looks like. So when you see like big built-up cities in sci-fi with flying cars and massive adverts and things like that, but it's all from Blade Runner. And Harrison Ford plays a Blade Runner who is kind of like a detective, and his job is to hunt down illegal androids who are called replicants. So humanity's managed to build replicants who pretty much look exactly like humans and can actually behave exactly like humans, but a lot of them are illegal because they're faulty and they kill people and have sex with them and stuff. So
Hey.
Harrison Ford is there to hunt them down and shoot them with a really cool pistol.
Sounds pretty human to me. How's that
Yeah.
faulty?
Does he fall in love?
Yeah.
Does he fall in love with one?
Of course he does.
Oh, okay. I know it already. So, Zach, last time your roommate had left or was going to leave because he was a massive drug user and grew up, or was it wee, vomit, or poo that left?
It was. I think it's vomit.
Okay, yeah, there was left in your bathroom or something. What's the
No,
latest
in his
update?
room.
Oh, yeah, okay.
Oh, yeah. Well, we got a $200 utility bill, so my roommate pieced it, but not before throwing a party and leaving a mess for me to clean up. That's basically what happened.
Oh, okay. And were you
Yeah, she
invited to
invited
the
like
party?
40 people over and like
40?
just had a thrasher here and then
Where were
never
you,
came
Zach?
back, clean it up. So I cleaned it up.
Oh, and did you have to pay that $200 bill?
Oh yeah, it was $200 each. It was a $400 utility bill.
What, is your cannabis
don't know
farm
how
like
it's
going
that.
well? Or?
I think we have a utility bill that high because she forgot to give it to us last month, so we got double charged plus the late fee.
Oh, that's kind.
Yep. Yeah, it was real nice.
Who forgot to give you the bill?
The landlord.
So, okay, cool. Which brings me on to my next point. What the fuck is your landlord doing in this situation?
Yeah.
So, surely you're not responsible for that entire bill. And also, if they
No, I'm not. Just half
so
of it.
if they cool, good. So if they sign a tenancy with some fucking idiot twice in a row, surely it's up to them to come and clean everything up, not you.
Yeah, for sure.
Good. I'm glad we agree on that.
And
Yeah, she lives in another town, so whatever.
But you
Oh,
have-
fuck.
you have to pay a late fee because she forgot to give you the bill.
I guess that's what I'm assuming happened, because I don't see any other way for a $400 utility bill.
Have
Also,
you checked
again,
the bill?
Well, I asked her to send it to me. She sent it to my phone, but it doesn't receive pictures. So I said, send it to my
Nokia
email, and I haven't
3310.
gotten it. I
Your
haven't
phone
gotten
doesn't
any
receive
email.
pictures.
Yeah.
No, it's I'll show
Fucking
you the
phone
phone.
have you got?
Oh God. Oh wow, that belongs in a museum, Zach.
Oh, I missed
That's,
it. I missed
you
it.
know,
Show me
big-
again. Show me again.
It's I don't get tracked and stuff. No need to
Jesus.
know.
Jesus
He's a
Christ.
Blade Runner.
Yeah.
Wow,
Does
double
that
wow,
accept
Sash.
calls or something? Does that?
Yeah. Can you play
Can you-
Snake
Yeah.
on it?
Just-
Yeah, it has text messages. It has some form of fast type. Half the words are missing. But it's fine.
I think we need to do a podcast where we just talk to Zach.
Or we raise
Yeah,
money,
can
raising
do
money for Zach to get a new phone. Paddy's like, wait, what is that? That's what a phone used to look like,
I got
Paddy.
this. I
Oh,
got
okay.
this, but you don't need service on that.
Oh, jeez. Yeah, my first mobile phone, I got only typed in capitals. Like that was the only thing it did. So it just like I was really angry and shouting whenever I sent messages. An old Alcatel
Can I finger
phone.
you?
Yeah. Yeah, it wasn't the same romance, in there. Oh, Jesus Christ. Oh, well, poor Zach. I mean, but $400 for a utility bill. What's that like for the 6 months? Or
I have no idea.
do you have a
I
cannabis
don't know.
factory in there or something?
I'd love to see the bill.
You
I
growing?
have no idea how I got that high.
Growing some plants in there. Also, what were you doing when there was this big party of 40 people? I hope you were there, like in the jacuzzi surrounded by
I had to
topless
get up
people.
at 6 in the morning to go to work, so I was asleep.
Okay.
Well, trying to sleep for the most part.
You seem so calm, Zach.
It happens.
Oh well, America.
I was mad at the time. I'm not mad anymore. So
No.
there you go.
I've never seen you mad, Zach. You always seem really chilled.
Just
All
wait
right.
until I miss an insulin shot. I'll be furious.
Oh yeah, I remember that. Yeah, you got your stuff, didn't you, in the end? All right, let's go straight to games. I have to mute you guys first.
Time to play the game. It's all about the game and how you play it. All about control. And if you can take it, it's all about your debt. And if you can pay it, it's all about pay. And who's gonna make it?
What games are you playing, you bastards? I tried to do a different accent this time, but it just didn't work. So, games. We've got some similar games that we've been playing, the games. What about you, John? What games have you been gaming?
I've been gaming. I've been playing. I don't know how much we've talked about this on the podcast before, so maybe we won't talk about it much. But I've been playing Binding of Isaac.
Oh,
Yeah, we talked about it last week, but
did we?
you just started playing it.
I had it on Steam like quite a while ago, so I'm not sure if maybe at some point I've talked about it. But this is the most I've played it, and I'm playing it on Twitch. Not Twitch, Switch.
I was going to say, you're twitching, really?
Twitch, John. Oh.
Yeah, I'm totally
Got a
not
face for
twitching.
Twitch.
Sorry, I've had a drink. Yeah, so I'm playing it on Switch, and it's a really nice fit. It's way too expensive, but I thought
Yeah.
it's totally a game that I wanted to kind of get in on before it's too late. And I thought if I'm going to do it, it's probably going to be on the Switch. So yeah, and I was right. I'm getting into it. It's a roguelike, which we love on this show. Top down, really simple graphics. Kind of looks like it's Flash based. I think there's been a few different versions where they've overhauled it. So I'm guessing this is the latest.
Yeah.
And it's just really fucking depressing and a really weird theme to it. You play as kind of like a small child or toddler who lives with an abusive mother, and the levels. It's almost like an old school Zelda in terms of the way the levels are set up. So it's like kind of like a Zelda dungeon where you've just got square rooms and kind of doors going off in certain directions with enemies and blocks and things within them. Your weapons are your tiers, so that should give you a kind of understanding of where this game is thematically. Your weapons are baby tiers.
Liberal tiers.
Yeah.
DLC.
The enemies that you shoot are like range from like just massive pieces of shit to like just
Actual
big bulbous
shit.
balls of there's loads of shit in this game, like loads and
Oh.
loads of shit.
Mm-mm.
Feces. And just like big fleshy monsters. It seems like there's 4 kind of layers to it. You start off in the basement, you go down to basement level 2, then you go to cave level 1, and I've never got further than that. To get past a layer, you need to defeat a boss. It's all randomly kind of generated, so you get a different experience each time, different power-ups and items. It feels to me a little bit unbalanced in terms of if you pick up an item which modifies your weapon, you get a lot further, I find. And the weapons are kind of they're not very self-explanatory. It'll be like you pick up a carton of milk, and it says "Don't cry over spilt milk," and you're not really sure what that does until you just kind of have to experiment, I guess, which kind of adds to the longevity of the game. It's just got one piece of music. It's a really good piece of music, but it's just one piece of music, as far as I can tell.
I know that's
I like
it's really popular on PC mainly because of the mods, and I'm guessing there are no mods whatsoever on this.
No, and I don't think I'd want to mod it. It definitely feels like an artistic creation. Is whoever made it had something in mind, and I wouldn't want some prick on Steam just modding it for some reason. Like there's better bullet hell shooters, and it's not even a bullet hell shooter. It's like it's pretty easy, I think, if you take your time with it. But there's definitely better games in the genre. But the theme is just so weird. Andre, I know you've played it. Have you finished it?
Yeah, I finished. Like the thing is, once you finish it for the first time,
yeah,
it unlocks a longer mode, and then once you beat that one, it unlocks like an even longer mode, and like it just keeps getting harder and harder every time you beat it.
Okay.
One of the problems with that game, which is one of the problems I actually loved about the game, was like the randomness of it could really fuck you over. Like sometimes like you go through like levels where like you are getting like nothing. You get something that makes your tears like just fall onto the ground in front of you. You get something that makes you walk slower. Like you can just like fuck yourself over like right at the beginning. But like each time you jump in, it's like 5 minutes of you just playing, going as far as you can, and then you restart and you do it again. It's really cool. And like there's such a variety when it comes to enemies and weapons and stuff. Even the bosses, like later on you start unlocking more bosses that start getting thrown into the mix. And sometimes like bosses don't even signify the end of a level. Like it's super interesting. Like it just gets farther, deeper, and more complex as you go on. But yeah, I really enjoyed that game. It was kind of expensive, especially on Switch. I paid full price for it.
How was it run on the Switch?
Yeah, fine. It's like it's totally not a demanding game. It's really, really simplistic. You can shoot in 4 directions essentially: up, down, left, right. When I tried it because there's a few like games journalists, people who really, really kind of hammer home this game. So I was like, there must be something to it. And when I tried it the first time, it never really caught on with me. But I kind of get it a bit more now. I think the big thing with it is, like I said, there's better games in the genre. There's way better roguelike games. But I think, it's just such a depressing and dark and fucked up theme. It makes me want to play it more just to see. Like,
I want to play it more.
the not really loading screens, kind of loading screens. So like when you go from one layer of the game to another, it'll do like a doodle, and it's almost like I think it's like a memory. You see the kid Isaac that you're playing as, and something he's either remembering or he's imagining, and it's just really horrible shit. It'll be like he's being bullied, or like his mother has bought him a wig for Christmas. It's weird. It's got like weird subversive sexual undertones to it.
I'm interested.
It's really, really fucked up, I think.
Right.
And I get the feeling that it won't necessarily, like, I don't think you're going to finish it and it'll be like, oh, I totally know what this is about. I think it's trying to conjure like a general idea of this American Christianity. Is what I get from it. Like an abusive American Christian mother is what I understand this game to be. I might be wrong.
Yeah, when you beat it, like there's like several different endings for this game. I think there's like 25. I think you have to beat it 25 times to get all the endings. But what's it called? Like the first ending you get, like first off, the last boss fight is awesome. It's such a cool little boss fight, and I'm pretty sure like that boss fight stays the same throughout. I've never beaten the full game, so I wouldn't know what the later on fight is. But yeah, it's like the ending is like 10 seconds of video, and then it ends, and the credits come up, and it leaves you with more questions than answers. But like again, like I still enjoyed that game so much. Just having it by my bed, just taking it up and like playing a couple minutes of it. It's great.
Yeah.
Speaking of great.
So other things I've been playing, Cuphead. I fucking finished Cuphead. I hate that.
How did you
I fucking hate that. I just need some time. Give me a couple of weeks and then maybe I'll talk to you like more coherently about Cuphead. But
Cookhead, am I right?
I got to the end. There's like 3 islands and then like a finale. as they call it. I got to the end of the first island, and I was like, about midday yesterday, and I was like, yeah, this is cool. There's 3 islands. I'm gonna do this. I really want to finish this in the next couple of days. And then there were just a couple of levels that were really, really difficult, and I almost closed the game, and I stopped myself because I thought, if I close it now, I'm probably going to uninstall it, and then I'm never going to play this game again. And I thought, no, I'm going to fucking finish this game. I'm just going to do it because I love the art so much. I kind of want to see where it goes. It's an interesting setup. I want to know whether they stick the landing with this game. So I just said, fuck it, I'm just going to play it. And I drove myself wild with it. I just kept on playing. I've got quite a low tolerance for repeating myself in games, and this isn't the type of game that does well with a tolerance like that, because there's so many levels where like the bosses are like multi-layered, so you'll think you've defeated the boss and it just turns into something worse. You've got at a base level, you can get hit 3 times. If you want to talk about bullet hell, this is a fucking bullet hell game. There's so much going on. So pro tip strategy, the way I did this game was that I got the homing gun. So you literally don't need to aim with it. You can aim a little bit to kind of guide it if you want to, but it will go to the nearest object that it wants to hit. So sometimes you don't want it to be hitting what it's going to automatically. So you might want to switch back to like a manual weapon or kind of aim manually a little bit. But in general terms, if you get the homing the homing gun, you can just keep on shooting and then concentrate on the platforming bit and just avoiding bullets. If you care about the grades that you get at the end of each level, it's not the way to do it, because I kept on getting marked down for time and also super. Like, how the fuck do you get supers in that game? Because I kept on getting 0 supers and shit timing. Any ideas?
Yeah, that's just your, what's it called? That's your B move. Your blaster. You're
so like the missile. How do I build that up? Because I kept on finishing the level and it'd be like, you've got 0 supers.
If you parry, and like as long as you keep hitting enemies and you parry all the pink things that fly at you, you start building up your super. That's just like the quick blaster thing. Yeah, you just need to use that 6 times in total every match or every game.
Okay.
Yeah, Maurice Miner in the chat said parry pink things.
Yeah.
What they do is, because I'd always get 3 of those per level pretty much. But yeah, the super thing I didn't really get. But yeah, I totally gave up on the grades. And even when I got to the end of the game and went back to kind of look at my load file, it's at 94%. And I was like, should I go back in and try to get 100? I was like, no, fuck this. I've seen the ending. I don't want anything more to do with it. The only level I didn't do was like there are 3 levels. Have you done any of the levels where like you have to look after like a vase?
Yeah, I did 2 of them.
So I did 2 of them as well. And then each one of you don't have to do those, but they unlock a new super. And the 3rd one was just an absolute bastard. I just couldn't. I tried it 20 times, and a little fucking old ghost with a mustache would always get to the vase before I could kill the motherfucker. So I didn't do that, but you didn't need it for the critical path.
I was tempted to. Oh no, Corin, continue. Yeah.
The end is an absolute bastard. I don't want to spoil it for anybody, but I won't. I don't want to spoil it, but there's a couple of different boss battles at the end, and there's a mechanic which makes you. So you know the like it starts off and you're in a casino.
Yeah.
And that's where you meet the devil. And you sign away your soul and whatever. So that really cool character, that I think he's just a pair of dice. But
the dice man.
So you have to fight him first, obviously. And he makes you fight a what do you call that game? Which is like red and black. Is it blackjack or
roulette?
Roulette.
It's kind of like a roulette table, and you spin some dice, and you have to fight bosses along that. And there's like if you roll 3. Your like dial will move 3 spaces, but some of those spaces are just start again, so you can fight multiple bosses and then start again and go back to the fucking start of it. I nearly cried.
Maybe I won't buy this game again.
It is really hard.
What makes that game so great is like just today I spent an hour and a half playing one boss. It was like this dragon boss, and at the end, it's not that hard. I just kept fucking up, It's just like you can't fuck up at all, or else like it fucks you. I spent an hour and a half on that boss, and then when I beat it, it says, "Hey, congratulations, you beat it in 2 minutes." I'm like, I can't believe I literally spent an hour and a half playing something that I beat in 2 minutes. It shows you how easy it is, and like how like you just can't fuck up, and it makes me so fucking mad.
Did that 2 minutes unlock? Was that enough for the timer bit?
Yeah, it was.
Okay, cool. There were so many times where like I got to the end of a level and I was like almost high-fiving myself because I was like, yeah, you fucking nailed it. Like when you get to the end of a level, you feel like such a badass because you've had to play a really good game to get to the end of some of those levels. And you're like, yeah, fuck yeah. And then it gets to the scoring sheet and it's like, yeah, you didn't do it quick enough. I'm like, oh my God, fuck you. I'll never do that any quicker than what I just did. I'll never do it again. So yeah, but the art was so good. The music was so good. I just kind of wanted to see the end of it. And I didn't want it to be one of those games that you're like, yeah, that's really cool. And then you just never look at again. And what I made myself do was, because there's like within one of the islands, like all of the islands have got lots of different options in terms of bosses and levels and things like that. And like I said, I've got a low tolerance for repetition. So like when I first started, I would try a couple of times and then give up and move to something else. I just decided to, like every time I hit a boss, even if I was dying, I just stuck to that one just so I would understand the patterns and what you needed to do. But I can't say I enjoyed it.
I wish they'd let you finish it on easy mode, like because they've got. I think it's something like light or simple or easy.
Sort of simple. I didn't try any of the simple things, but I don't know. I assume that counts as like finishing.
No.
I didn't want to fuck with
no.
it.
If you play on simple, you don't get their
souls.
you can't complete the game unless you've played everything on normal.
Yeah.
Simple just means unlocks the next place, but you always have to come back and beat it on normal.
To get to defeat the last boss? Is that what you?
Like you can make progress with just the simple, but you can't play the last level unless you beat everything on normal.
And that's exactly why I didn't fuck with simple, because I knew it was going to be something like that. I knew I was going to, if I did, because I was so tempted just to knock it down to whatever that simple thing does. And then I was like, if I do that, I bet it's going to fuck me at some point. So I'm so, because can you imagine if you went through it all and like, I defeated them all on simple.
It tells you at
you
the
have
beginning.
To go do it all again. Fuck that.
Yeah, it tells you at the beginning. It's like, no, you can't take the soul. And that's like the whole purpose of the game. Yeah, if you try to go to simple, it goes, hey, you can play this, but I think it tries to. It's like a practice mode, really. I think.
So if you select it, it explains it to you, does it?
From what I remember, yeah. I just love the art style. I really wish they'd allowed you to play it in simple mode. Because simple mode was challenging for me. It was really challenging, but I was able to do it in like fewer than 10 tries or so. But if I'm trying like 20, 30 times plus, now I'm just gonna get angry and stop playing it.
Some of the levels are just so long and just multi-layered. Like it's a crazy boss that you're fighting, and like it's like the second or third iteration of that boss, and then you destroy it, and you're like, yeah, fuck yeah, I've done it, and then it's just something mental just comes out of the ground, and you have to fight it.
Yeah. All right. So Cuphead, Game of the Year. Divinity, Jordan, you've been playing a bit of that as well.
Yeah, like I've spoken about this for the last few weeks. I'm going to keep on talking about it, just to reiterate how fucking good that is. I know it's good because when I really like something, I'll talk to myself about it, which sounds really weird. But I'll be sitting there and something will happen in Divinity, and instead of just thinking in my head, oh, that was really cool, I'll actually say, I'm like, this game is really good. And nobody's in the room, but I'm saying to myself, this is so fucking good, and it is so fucking good. Like I can't overstate how I really want to see a list of this year's games, because right now I can't. Horizon's up there. I can't see anything. Like if Divinity carries on as it is, I can't see anything beating it for me this year. It's not Zelda.
Oh, Life is Strange hasn't come out yet.
Hasn't it?
Oh yeah,
not the full one.
Yeah.
Wait till PUBG gets 1.0. No, I've only played a little bit. Did I tell you last week about my boob with Divinity? I was fighting a boss. We got to the fort. There's a place in the fort where you it's not like a final boss, but it's a pretty big boss in it, and kept wiping 2 or 3 times, and then had a good look at my characters, and 3 of them didn't have weapons, and that was so I was like, oh, okay, this is what I'm going wrong with.
Well, you hadn't like equipped anything to them?
No, I unequipped them for some reason, because I was switching them, and then I forgot to give them any weapons, and I got quite close actually. I got quite a few enemies killed, but I just couldn't. It's in the dungeons in the fort at the beginning.
Didn't you notice that they were just punching things?
Well, yeah, and I just thought, okay, that must be just their little, action.
Yeah.
But I wasn't really
Which
concentrating.
boss was it?
It was one in the dungeon. I think you can even skip that one. There was a guy because somebody was watching me, and he's like, "Oh, you're facing this guy? Oh, I didn't even come across him."
Just to be clear with this game, it's not about you can skip some bosses. You don't have to fight any fucking bosses. You can. So I'm that first island. I'm now off that island based on the way I played it. Like I've done a lot of it. I know which boss you're talking about. Based on the way I got off that island, as far as I can tell, you could pretty much hotline straight there, and maybe you'll be under leveled because there is a boss fight before you leave. But you don't need to do a lot of the stuff that it tells you. That game is so open ended.
Yeah,
it's incredible.
It's open from the very start, isn't it? It's like I'm loving it, and I'm going to play a bit more of it. There's so many games I want to finish though before the end of the year, so we can talk about it in the Game of the Year stuff. And Divinity is definitely one of them. Up there's going to be Neo. I'd like to play that quite a lot more, at least get halfway, because I think that's a really long game. And then next week, on Tuesday, we've got Shadow of War coming out. I've got that pre-ordered. A little bit of a public service announcement. If you're interested in playing Shadow of War on PC, it's 25% off on Green Man Gaming. I got it for 40-something euros, which is a bargain. And then there's obviously Mario, and New Colossus is out same day as Mario, and Destiny 2. Oh, I finished Destiny 2, Morris, but I'll be playing that on PC as well when it's out. Just so much stuff. You
finished Destiny 2 what?
I finished Destiny 2. I got to maximum, almost. I got 303 or something like that on Destiny 2.
Oh, okay. In terms of your
I haven't done the raid yet, though. Actually, I need to finish the raid. I got it.
What is the cap? I've heard there's people. Is 305 the hard cap in that game?
Yeah, I guess it's 300. Plus, you can have an extra 5 with the armor mod. It's a great game. I'm looking forward to playing it on PC. I'm looking forward to being able to not be tempted to play it on PS4 and just know that everything is on my PC version.
But it won't be because there's exclusive content. But okay.
I know. All right. So, Zacharias. How are you finding Hitman? Have you finished Hitman now?
I beat Hitman. I started doing some of the contracts. I'm trying. I love Colorado. That's such an interesting mission. I'm trying to get level 15 on it so I can get a scrambler. But actually, Colorado is getting an update this week on the 13th, and they're gonna add some new stuff for Halloween.
That's strange, because the company was no longer part of Squeenix, isn't it? Wonder if it's
I was not aware of that.
But Square Enix got rid of them, got rid of IO Interactive, then they went independent, so I'm guessing it's Square Enix. No, who would be working on it then?
It might be Square Enix.
Yeah. Strange.
Interesting.
But
yeah, I just read that they were doing stuff for Halloween. That's nice.
Because they did one for Christmas. They had you've done the level of the Home Alone level?
Yeah, I did that one. I couldn't find Santa Claus, but I'd finished it.
Oh yeah, you gotta wait in certain rooms and he'll appear. There's a big fireplace in a really long room on the first floor or the second floor, as Americans say, and he appears by the fireplace. Yeah, okay. I only discovered that for you, first floor is the ground floor, isn't it?
Yeah.
Yeah. Weird. All right. So,
and then I played Firewatch. I want to say this on Sunday after you guys rated it. Oh my gosh! How is it on the top 100 games? What are you guys doing?
I did not.
What are you guys doing?
It wasn't me. It was not me.
It wasn't on my list either. I don't think.
It was on my list.
You just walk place to place, and it's a second-rate story with some asshole lady that flirts with you the whole time.
But the dialogue is so well written. The music, the dialogue, the art.
Oh. No, it's okay.
But you Fallout 4, don't you, Zach? So.
I don't mind walking simulators. There's all this game was walking.
As Paddy said, I agree with Paddy. Anything. Amazing game, Paddy says.
No, get that off the top 100.
No,
get it out of there.
No, it's one of my favorite games ever. The music, the voice acting, the actual script, the scenery. For me, it's brilliant.
Voice acting, no, B-. That guy can talk. No, stop.
Well, everyone's entitled to their opinions, no matter how wrong they are. Did you finish it then? It's got a weird ending though. I'll give you that. It's weird. It builds you up, and you're expecting something really like massive, amazing reveal that's going to be like, oh wow, okay, oh that's what happened. Oh really, that's it, and then.
Yeah, the B story becomes the A story, and the fire becomes the B story. That's basically what happens.
Right until like the last 15 minutes, I loved.
And the A story disappears because it's just paranoia.
And then there's a dead body in it. Surprise. Did you
I was
not like
taking
Andre?
pictures with my cameras of all the crime scenes, and it's useless.
Oh, that's funny because at the end, like all the pictures you take come up on the credits. So,
Right.
So I like to imagine all you got was like a dead body and.
Right. There's the shoe in the cave. Yeah.
Did you order any of those? Apparently you can print them and like get them sent to you as real photographs.
Yeah, I was taking like super nice pictures. I was like getting high places and getting like the sunset in the background. I didn't have enough footage for like the dead bot, like the
Bones.
what's it called? Yeah,
Skeleton.
like I didn't have it when she's like, "Hey, take a picture of it." My guy's like, "Ah, shit, I don't have any more footage." I'm like, "Oh no, I'm a piece of shit," because now everything's gonna get lost in the fire.
I was really sparing with that stuff. I only took like 3 photos when it got to the end.
Oh, yeah.
I was high, so like halfway through, I was like, "Oh yeah, I have a camera."
Oh, so that's why you didn't like it, Zach.
I should have liked it more, actually.
Yeah, that's true. Yeah, when it comes to Firewatch, I think playing that with the colours. All right, what else have you been playing, Zach?
Just the beta for Battlefront 2. Yeah. It's alright. It's alright. I'm not gonna pay for it. I'm not gonna buy the game.
Looks
It's
pretty.
alright.
Looks very
What's
pretty.
up?
It looks very pretty, doesn't it? It's like it's definitely Star
They-
Wars Battlefront 2.
They put a bunch of like really crappy filters on it, so like I have a really wide screen, and like half my screen is blurry because of the filters they put on it.
Have you played, Jordan?
I tried. Like, I get the impression this might be a bad PC port, because it did not want to work for my setup. When I booted the game, I've got my TV can do HDR, and as far as I'm aware, my PC is doing HDR. And it tried to like change by booting this game, it tried to change a setting on my TV, and my TV was like, "I need to reboot for you to do this," and I was like, "Okay." And then when the TV rebooted, it was like, "Yeah, this isn't compatible now." So it was just a black screen. So I had to like go into my TV settings to change the setting that this game had tried to change. And the menus just seemed like I set it to like 4K and like all like just completely topped out the video settings just to kind of see how the game would. I never even got to play a game because the menus just felt really fucked up for me. So I don't know whether this is just something.
they are messed up.
Okay, I'm glad that's not just me then, because there was something about that game did not like my PC at all, and I only kind of downloaded it on just as a whim. I'm not that bothered about playing that game, and when it started pissing me off and doing shit to my expensive TV, I was like, yeah, you can just fuck off, and I'm not going to play you. So if that game comes out and the campaign is like really fucking good with that really fit woman, then yeah, I'll play it. But other than that, no, it can go fuck itself.
Yeah, I wasn't. It just felt like normal. It's just like an average game. It wasn't. It looked really, really pretty, but I wasn't getting anything special from it. And I was triggering Paddy in the chat because I called Chewbacca. I called him Jabba the Hutt. And
Jesus Christ.
People in the chat just
You're
flipped.
triggering me, you moron.
I don't know. Those two I always get mixed up. But then I was like hamming it a bit and pretending I didn't know any of the others. And wow, a lot of Star Wars fans. They're very passionate about their little game. Live long and prosper and all that. Battlefield 4 was the last good game, says Morris Miner. Do we agree? Battlefield 4 is a very popular
3.
game.
I'd say 3 was the last one. It's what made me buy a PC, and I haven't really had that Battlefield feeling since 3.
Battlefield Bad Company 2 is the only good
That's the best one.
I played Battlefield 1. It just
great one.
felt like a simulator. You know, I was like, oh, I've got to look out for recoil, and I've got to get this, and it was too complicated for me. I like easy games. Speaking of easy games, I got the Switch version of Stardew Valley.
Woo!
Really
Talk
good.
about the best fucking game ever. That
Okay,
shit
what
is
we talk about?
incredible.
Grim Fandango or so Stardew still.
No. Stardew Valley is probably the best game on the Switch, even though it glitched out on me twice.
Really?
Yeah, man. Anytime I try to play that prairie game in the bar, there's like the arcade
Yeah.
machine. Like the game freezes on me. I just hear the music and everything pauses, and I can't get out. I had to hard boot my fucking console twice.
Oh.
But you know what? Other than that, that game is fucking magic. I already put like 10 hours into it, and I just got it. God, it's so fucking addicting to just wake up every morning and just water your plant. And now that I'm really
Not
good
euphemism.
at it,
Because Zach's sniggering like a little child. Get up every morning, water your plant.
but like it's cool because like I played that game for so long on the Xbox. Coming to this, like right off the bat, I went fishing. I bought a backpack. I upgraded my fishing pole. I'm getting really good at that. I bought a bunch of crops. Like in the first month, I've accomplished more than I did in my first year in my first playthrough. So I'm having a blast with that game. That game is going to be my game of the year.
Oh, it came out last year.
I mean, it came on Switch this year.
Yeah.
Came on Switch this year. It's very different.
Actually, it's not. And I was before you said that, I was going to say how well it plays. Like it's such a good. For me, it's perfect. Like it's an identical port from PC. Save times are a bit long, but apparently they're quite long on all of them now because there was some problem with corrupt data.
So
Like
kind of feels like you should have touch controls, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, that would be great.
I don't think the controls have
weird.
ever been good on Stardew Valley. But yeah, like using the shoulder buttons to. It took me ages to work out that you could switch between whatever you were having with your hose and your scythe and stuff.
I'll tell you what is good. I don't know the specifics, but it seems like the Switch must be real fucking easy to port games over to because the window for Stardew Valley going from like that guy wanting to do it to it coming over was very, very small. I wasn't expecting this game until Christmas time, if not early next year, and they just fucking got this game out so quick. And you can kind of tell the fact that it hasn't got touch controls tells me that they pretty much managed to wholesale take the code from like the PC console version and just put it over, which is really good. Like, it's kind of expected these days when you think about Xbox and PS4 and PC being similar architecture, but I'm just so glad that Nintendo seem to have gone a similar route, and it seems to be pretty easy to get games over because there's so much that you're going to want on the go with that.
Oh, they've hit the jackpot as well with the Switch. I honestly think with the Switch that from now on Nintendo are not gonna like move away from that kind of idea of portable home console. I can't see why they would.
It's weird though because like Nintendo tend to have this chip on their shoulder that they need to do something different every time. They kind of did it with like the Wii. As much as the Wii U is called the Wii U, they went in a totally different direction. It almost feels like they feel like they have to change things up to innovate, and they only kind of nail it like maybe 50% of the time. So I doubt they will because it seems like the Switch is going to sell so much. But I do worry that like when it comes to the next console, they'll be like, yeah, it reads your mind or something stupid like that instead of just give me a fucking 4K or 1080p Switch with a bit more grunt and some nicer controllers, and I'll be happy.
Yeah. Those controls are so expensive and they don't feel it. Well, that's the one thing. But yeah, I loved it. So Stardew Valley, who are you romancing, Andre?
I haven't decided yet. My original choice was Leah. That's her name, Leah?
Oh, yeah.
Leah. How do you pronounce that? Leah?
Leah, something, yeah.
Leah? Mm-hmm. Yeah, I romanced her in the first one. We had a baby and all that. But this time, I think I'm going to go with that purple-haired girl. I can't remember her name.
Oh.
John.
John, yeah, John. John Malkovich is his name.
Is it Zach in there that's got the lovely long hair?
Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Can you be gay in Stardew Valley?
No!
You can be whoever you want, Jordan.
No, you take that back.
We won't stop you.
Can you?
Yep.
Yeah, I don't think you can, actually.
Yeah, you can romance anyone.
Yeah, you can be a woman and you can have like short hair and call yourself a guy. And
That's not being
Fuck other
gay,
dudes.
Andre.
But if I'm a guy, can I romance a guy?
I don't
Yes.
think you can. No,
Yeah,
you
you can.
can't.
Eddie's saying yes and you're saying no, so which is
Sure, you can.
I'm I'm kind of positive you can't.
Oh, you're just bad at it.
Because anytime
He's just bad at it.
anytime I give flowers to Shane, he's like, "Huh, I don't want this." I'm like, "Oh, fuck
It's
you."
because you
then,
don't
man."
give him flowers. Yeah, you can. You can also adopt children with them.
What?
No, you can't. That's
Uh,
no
Give him
way.
a handmade chair.
Yeah,
I
you
thought you were
can.
gonna say a hand job. I was like, "Whoa, chill."
Yeah, you can.
Well,
Someone.
If you
It's like
seen
it's like the fishing mini game where you have to like give somebody a hand job.
Yeah, you definitely can.
Oh, I didn't know
Everybody-
that. Well, good for that game.
You could
it. Can
do
I
a
make
turn.
a female character and identify as a man?
Have a midlife crisis in your character in your game, Andre, and just suddenly switch and try and romance. Why are you giving Shane flowers? He's a dick.
I'm trying to, because you get like a cool cutscene, a cool little like event every time you get someone to full hearts. It wasn't until like my third year playing that game that I started getting people up, and then all of a sudden these cool cutscenes start happening. I'm like, oh, the fuck didn't I do this earlier? And like in the first dance, they have like a dance in the first month.
Oh
and you
yeah, I
can't
went to that.
dance. I can never dance with anyone because it makes me so
Aw.
sad because I didn't have anyone like hearts up besides Leia or Leah, whoever her name is.
Yeah. Oh wow.
Anyways, great game.
Yeah.
Along with Axiom Verge, I bought them both at the same time. Axiom Verge is a really good game on the Switch. It's small, it's like quick, it's fun. It's one of those Castlevania type games that we love talking about. It controls well. You just have to change the controller settings from what they are because I'm not feeling pressing A or B to jump or.
Oh, that's a point. With Cuphead, I changed the controller layout as well. I don't know if you guys have done that, but I totally put the main shoot button on R2, and then you can do what you want with the rest. But that needed to change.
Oh, I put my dash. as R2, so I was just like quickly pressing dash, and like I had the smoke bomb dash, so like you're invincible for a bit. So I just kept fucking spamming that.
Did you say dash you get right from the beginning?
Yeah, that's the very first thing you like in the fucking tutorial. You fucking idiot.
You need it.
I just
You need
wish
it for,
I'd
like,
known.
a lot of the platforming stuff. You absolutely need it to like make some of the jumps.
Well, the fact I
And,
finished a couple of bosses without that, I'm quite pleased.
I
Just-
cannot
just
imagine
as like-
playing that game.
as a bit of an aside, without getting too political, I just want to point out that so two of the things that I've really enjoyed, well, I say I enjoyed Cuphead, maybe I will like when I look back on it, but two of the things that I've experienced this week, with it being Blade Runner and Cuphead, both of those things have been called out as racist this week. I just want to fucking point that out, that everything is fucking racist now. I've been told Blade Runner is racist because it's racist and sexist, apparently, this new Blade Runner film.
Oh, Blade Runner. Okay.
And then Cuphead, like I was, when I finished the game, I went and just like searched for Cuphead on Twitter. And to be fair, there's no big outlets calling it out or anything like that. But I just come across some prick and he's like, oh yeah, I'd really like to get into Cuphead. It seems a bit too hard, but I'd like to give it a go, but it's racist, so I can't. And then like I was reading the comments and like, he was going back to what it's based on in terms of 30s cartoons and, some other 30s cartoons, there's
Walt
some
Disney.
caricatures in them and stuff like that. And I'm just like, fuck's sake. Like there's literally nothing, there's no piece of media anymore that I can go through and then on the back of it not be told that it was a racist piece of content. It's fucking insane.
It is. So,
Wow, that was
Yeah.
so racist what you just said.
My God,
Good.
Jordan. Jordan, as a white man, I don't know if you can you say that something's not racist. Not
As somebody that lives in the Western world, I don't think you can comment on anything either. So
hey, both of you, check your privileges, all right?
we're all pretty fucking
So-
privileged. We're recording a video game podcast on a Sunday evening. I think we're pretty fucking privileged. So maybe
I
we
don't
shouldn't.
know. Andre's Mexican, lives in the States.
Yeah.
Mexican.
I'm
I
being
guess,
hunted
I
down.
guess Spain's about to
He's
become a third world.
Peruvian.
Yeah.
Yes.
Spain's about to get a fascist dictatorship again. Dictator shit, as I called it there, which I suppose it is. But yeah, I'll watch Blade Runner and I'll see if I get triggered watching it. But Cuphead, no, Cuphead's not racist. Cuphead is elitist. That's what it is. Against people who have very slow reactions like me.
We'll have one hand.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, how do you know I only have one free? Anyway, the other game that I play, and I just started playing it today, the Battle Royale version of Fortnite, which is PUBG, but with Pixar PUBG, someone said. It's really, really good. It's happy, smiley, bright colors, PUBG. It's kind
It's
of...
goofy.
Yeah.
Yeah.
and it's
I
small.
just downloaded it. Yeah.
It's really good. Like it's pretty small. Like the maps are really small, so you can just run everywhere. Like when you land, you can quickly get a gun. If you manage to kill 1 or 2 people, it's great. And then you look at how many people are left, and it's like 2/3 of the people have been killed. So then you can start like thinking about like tactics and stuff. And if you die straight away, okay, go into a lobby, and come back in. It's just a really, really fun game to play. And I've been playing a lot of duos with Mellemanen, who's in the chat, I think, and gets passionate about certain games when we talk about them in the top 100. But it's really, it's really fun. And
I really love the building aspect of it. It really changes the game up like significantly.
yeah, I mean, people say it's a direct copy of PUBG. I mean, there are some definite, identical things to PUBG. But the building aspect makes it, really different. And I haven't really been using much building. I've come third 2 or 3 times today, and a second, which was really annoying because it was 1v1 at the end. But it's just really good fun, and it's free. So go and download it. And as Paddy says, it's cross-play. So PC players can play with PS4 players, and Xbox players can play with PC players. But you can't have PS4 or Xbox cross-play. But it's a bit weird. Yeah. But if you want to do it, you need to have the person who's on the console has to be joined in their game by everybody else. So you have to join there. They have to have a public game, and then you can join them. But it's great fun. But then I think if you're joining someone on PS4, will all the other people on that server, like the vast majority of people, be on PS4 as well? So those on using the PC controls will have a bit of an advantage?
I don't know the answer to that question. I know I have a friend on PS4 who plays Fortnite Battle Royale, but he has like a $200 thing where he can use his mouse and keyboard in the game.
No, I got one for like $20, and I just like plug it in. It's a mouse and you can get a mouse and keyboard, the wireless mouse and keyboard. You just plug it into the USB thing in the PS4, and it instantly works. It's great. It's only for the players or for the money. Yeah. Paddy's like, I don't want to tarnish my console with X-boners anyway. Yeah. God, Manny must be triggered watching that. So it's really good. It's smooth. I don't know if PUBG is just not smooth whatsoever, or if it's a mixture of both of them, but it feels really cool. And and it's a bit easier. Like I know that PUBG was a simple down version of what was it called, H1Z1, and like you can go back all these times, but they've kind of simplified it again. By just it's an assault rifle. It's not this type of assault rifle. You don't need to modify this assault rifle. In fact, when you
I think PUBG is up in complexity from H1.
Yeah, the only thing I think that I've heard, because I've not played H1Z1, the one thing I've heard that's more difficult is like having to make a bandage. You have to do crafting and stuff, which in a battle royale game I do not want to be doing any crafting.
Oh right.
So fuck that.
I guess I can see that aspect, but in PUBG, there's a million different guns, so there's that.
Yeah. But I like as well, you pick up a weapon in Battle Royale in Fortnite, and it's already loaded. So good. Yeah, so go and give that a download. It's free, and the full game's going to be free next year. The game itself, the normal game, is all right, but I don't think I'll be playing much of that. I might play a bit, just to get used to the controls, but I'll give it a go. Are you going to play it, Jordan?
No.
All right, but Andre said you said you've downloaded it.
Doesn't mean I'm gonna play it.
Oh,
I might try to play it.
Okay.
What game are we talking about?
Fortnite.
It's free to play.
Totally,
I mean,
totally
it's weird because Fortnite isn't free to play, but this is.
Yeah,
right.
It will be free to play next year though.
Oh, okay.
I think they're trying to get as many people playing this as possible, and also it's going to like drum up interest in people that might buy the full game or have like a decent play base when it goes full free to play next year. You can buy loot crates.
Woo!
Okay, so I think that's all the games that we've been playing.
Finally.
Are you ready for the news?
Yes.
Okay. Well, you said
roll it.
Start spreading the news.
Click, 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 play.
Click, 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 play, click, play, click, click, play the news. Jordan, what's in the news? Oh, I'll mute you, shall I? There we go. Okay, try again.
Fucking Neo's coming to PC, Ben.
Oh, Neo. Do you mean Neo, the game of the year 2017?
No, but Neo's coming to PC.
Is that about the Matrix? What is that about?
It is a Dark Souls clone set in feudal Japan.
Ooh.
Hmm.
All right, I'll have to check that out then.
Yeah, it's really good. It is
Although,
really good.
be careful. Be careful. The company that's making the PC port is known for having shitty ports, apparently. So I'm gonna, if you are gonna get it on PC, maybe, well,
I
wait
have
for the
a
reviews.
question. What company is known for good PC ports?
Good one.
Yeah, there you go.
Activision.
Maybe.
Destiny seemed really. Oh, is it Activ? No, Activision. There's actually a company.
Activision Blizzard.
Yeah, but what's the company that's doing the PC port? It's I don't know.
Is it a different company?
Yeah.
Amazing.
Yeah, they outsourced it, but they seem to be doing a good job.
Yeah.
Yeah. So Neo's coming out. I'm not gonna buy it again on PC. Maybe like I've got loads of the DLC stuff that I haven't played on PS4 yet, so I'll just stick with that because it runs really well on my Pro anyway. But like with a lot of these games, I just like the fact it's coming to Steam because I like that game, and it means that when it on like a Steam sale at some point in the future when it's like £5, I can just buy it and then it's just in my PC collection. Happy days. But it's good for anybody with that PS4 that hasn't played it because it's a shit out game.
Brilliant, bloody brilliant.
Good. Next, Valve is allowing fans to make and sell their own branded merchandise. So basically, the way this is going to work, and I really like it. It's a good kind of way to do this stuff. Anybody can make, basically anybody can make and sell items based on Valve's intellectual property, i.e., Portal, Half-Life, whatever else. And the catch is that they just have to pay 10% of whatever they earn to Valve. I think that's such a fucking clever way to do this stuff.
Yeah.
Because you'll just get people on eBay and Etsy and stuff like that making loads of things, and then Valve can challenge them, and as long as they're paying the 10%, happy days. Boom.
What about
like
a Half-Life 3 branded game? Will it be extended to their own franchises?
Yeah.
A fan made Half-Life 3.
Yeah.
Just 10%. That's all about.
Yeah. Yeah.
Guessing not.
Next bit of news is that so Forza 7's come out, right? And like everything seems really rosy with Forza. It's
Got it.
As a PlayStation guy, I can't believe how much Microsoft has managed to fuck Sony into the ground with their racing game. Like, what was the last Gran Turismo game that came out, and when's the next?
Tomorrow the demo's out.
Yeah, but it's not a proper one. It's called Gran Turismo Sport instead of an actual numbered one.
Isn't that like Forza Horizon? Is that their version of
who knows?
Horizon? Oh,
Fucking knows. Nobody knows anymore. That's the problem. But it's not all rosy for Forza. Apparently, there's loads of like microtransactions and things, and it's getting on people's tits.
Well, I've got it. I've paid to make sure that Dave can't hear. I paid €100 for the game.
Jesus Christ!
And I got the Ultimate
Why?
Edition because I got it 5 days early. So I got the Ultimate Edition.
That's worth $100, guys.
Yeah, well, you get VIP ×2, which I'll explain in a second. But no, it's a Forza game. It runs really smoothly. It's awesome. I love doing it. I love playing it. But they have loot crates. When I first saw that, I was like, oh god, no. But in the loot crates, you don't really find much. You might find the odd car, but you can unlock one. But it's just random mod stuff. In fact, the first 7 to 10 games races that I played, I didn't even equip any mods because it's a racing game. Why would you want mods in a game or in a race? Because it's like you can have this VIP for 8 games you get double the XP. But now if you got the VIP package, which is what I got, it'll be unlimited this, because in the past it used to be unlimited, the double XP. And I can see why people are a bit annoyed because it's a loot crate. If they had it something like in Forza Horizon 3 where it was just like a what are they called? The things that slot machine. You had like a slot machine, and then whatever it landed on, you got. If they had just had something like that, it looks a lot better, and it doesn't look like a stupid loot crate. So, yeah, it's really good, but I kind of get why people are pissed off with it, especially since they're going to introduce microtransactions.
Mm-hmm.
Why's everyone got to introduce loot crates?
I know. Makes money. And they're so poor. They're so poor. Bollocks, are they poor? Have any of you played Forza?
No, 'cause it's really boring.
Not since 2.
Oh.
I haven't played it since 5.
I played a bit of 6 because I bought what I thought was 6, but it was just the expansion pack, and then I thought I felt a bit pressurized into buying the base game for €30.
God, you love throwing away money, don't you?
Ah, God, tell
Sounds
me that's
like
it. Yeah. Paddy says Gran Turismo Sport is a spiritual successor to Gran Turismo 6, just without a number. It's a full-blown racing sim, just like 6, but they just didn't call it 7. That's
because it's not good.
Oh, Gran Turismo. I mean, I like it, but I just get annoyed by the menus. The menus are just from 1996.
Yeah, it's so ugly. Gran Turismo, like that's like one thing they should focus on this time. It looks like you're fucking rummaging through goddamn computer files to fucking find anything. It's awful. It's an awful UI.
Yeah.
Forza didn't look that great either. You know what was a great UI? Burnout 3. That was
Mario Kart.
Career. Yeah, Mario Kart. That works
Simple.
too.
Yeah, Forza is something that's not simple whatsoever. There's like, hey, there's 6 different modes you can play, but if you press R1, you can go to this other screen where there are another 6 modes. And also as well with Forza, it doesn't feel, I don't know, I'm one of those people that plays sports game, but I like story. So like FIFA's got that career mode, and they do like different certain things like that. And I don't know, with a racing game, I'd quite like a career mode. I think Grid 2 was the last really good career mode game that you could have.
That was a great one. They should make a Grid 3.
Yes.
No.
They had Grid Motorsport, I think it was, or Rallying. Grid Rally, maybe?
Oh, did they?
I think it was, it was Autosport. And apparently it got really good reviews, but...
I mean, but it
like
wasn't a
street
numbered
racing.
sequel, and when it's not a numbered sequel, it's bad.
Yeah.
You've established this.
Paddy's
Unless the company's trying to milk money off its like the fan base, like they did with Tony Hawk Pro Skater 5, which was a bad game, and they put the number on it, and look what happens. Everyone hated it.
Yeah. It's yeah. Oh, by the way, Paddy says he's downloaded the demo of Gran Turismo. Is in the main garage screen, and the UI is so much better now. It's really clean and crisp. It's the noise as well. When you change things, like pew pew bling bling. You know, like you're playing some kind of 90s arcade game. Hopefully it's not. But yeah, free to play in Forza 7. Yeah, just get rid of this because they don't add anything. The loot crates, okay, you might get the odd car, but I've got loads of cars anyway. I don't need any more. But yeah, people are annoyed by the fact that the cars cost more and the VIP stuff was limited, but they've changed it to unlimited now. People are kicking off. What do you think about it, John? What's your opinion on racing games that have microtransactions in them?
So the next bit of news, I'm just going to end on a high note. So
yeah, just saw it.
So in the the Telltale's Batman game, like it's on the second season now. So it turns out, and I'm assuming this is in the second season because this has only just come to light. In one of the scenes, there's like a CCTV footage. And it's of a vault being opened. I haven't played this game, so I don't know what the fuck's going on. Who cares? But it's like of a vault being opened, and there's a dead guy on the floor. Turns out the dead guy remember that Russian diplomat was shot dead, I think, in a Turkish art installation? I think it was
Very
Turkey.
good, remember that, yeah.
It's that guy. It's that actual guy. So that this Russian diplomat that was shot dead was assassinated. And like the picture went viral. It's that guy's body that has made it into a Telltale Batman game. What the fuck?
That's so metal.
And who's going to get sued for this?
Yeah.
Somebody's going to have to pay the price for this one. That's insane.
Real dead bodies in it.
Yeah.
Incoming patch.
What the fuck? This stuff really impressed me
This is
because
great.
clearly that's just like it's just one person that's responsible for this. You've got to assume, right? There's no way that like they got into a board meeting and they're like, oh, you know what we could do? We could put real dead people into the game. So one person obviously decided to do that, and they're so fucked now because people must know who was responsible for that bit of the game. It just really interests me. I want to find out, like, I just want to know who's fucked for this.
Oh, I remember that guy. I don't know, was he in an art gallery or was he just like standing giving a talk and then one of his bodyguards walked up and shot him in the back?
It was definitely like in a museum or an art installation or something like that.
I remember watching the video. It was quite shocking.
You know what?
Yeah.
What's so crazy about this story is the fact that there's a season 2 of Batman for Telltale.
Hmm.
That blows my mind. Didn't that just come out?
Do you know what else?
Yeah. Okay.
Do you know what else blew
Oh,
my
it's
mind?
season 2, not episode 2. Okay, I just picked that up.
Yeah, it's season 2. They haven't made a season 2 of Wolf Among Us yet.
Not yet. They're doing it though.
I can't wait. Can't wait for
That's
that.
why the games are so baggy, I guess.
Paddy says, I don't
They
understand
do
the
rush through
problem.
'em.
I'd love to be immortalized in a game. Or mortalized in a game. Get it?
I'd love to be shot in church.
Boo.
And that's the end of the news.
That's the
Wrong.
news. All right, time for some questions. Question time. Get your questions in quickly because we've only got one or two. Question time. Time to answer questions that have been in all of our minds. Question time. Leave it in the chat and we will answer it in due time. I know you. Question time. Da-da-da-da-da. So, does anyone have a question? Jordan, do you have a question?
Hey, I have a question.
Mm-hmm.
Have you guys seen this video of this guy beating Cuphead using a DDR dance pad?
Yeah,
Is
that's
he
me.
Japanese?
Fucking,
No.
it is fucking incredible. Jesus Christ, I hate people sometimes.
Yeah.
God,
Jesus.
I have a question.
Yeah,
Do you have any questions for me?
I do. What headphones are those, Andre? Zach,
what?
do you want to know what headphones you
Zach?
have?
These are what
They're
is the
quite
name?
Similar, actually. You and Andre have Argos.
ATH M50X.
Oh, and Andre,
What happened?
what are your headphones?
They're Audio Technica. You know, the cheap brand that hurts your ears if you wear them for too long.
No, I like
Ah.
them. I got
Oh,
'em.
here we go. Paddy says, I was recently thinking about the new Kojima game, Death Stranding. Has anyone had any thoughts on where they're going with it?
It's not going anywhere. They haven't done anything with that game. That game is
Oh, yeah, that game.
that game is right now on Kojima's bar napkin, sketched out, just like a fucking acid trip.
Jordan might have something to say about this.
Playable, bruh.
It's
Playable.
playable? Is it?
Totally playable, bruh.
God damn it.
What bit's playable? Like
I think that game will come out in 2020.
2019.
2019. I guarantee you it's. Oh, I hope we're still doing this podcast by 2019.
I will be. Just depends who I'm with.
I'm telling you, it's gonna be announced for 2019, delayed to 2020.
2019.
And does Kojima have like? Do they often get things delayed? Does Kojima get stuff
Every
behind
single
schedule?
time, every game he's ever made has been delayed by
Okay.
over a year.
See, I don't-
It's less that it's delayed. It's more that they announce it so early, like with the Metal Gear stuff. From basically because 1 was such a fucking smash hit. Everything from 2 onwards was like really. There was a lot of hype involved with it, and like he became an expert at releasing trailers, kind of teasing stuff. Like there was a trailer for Metal Gear Solid 4, which was nothing to do with Metal Gear Solid 4. It was all based in the old engine of the old games, and was just like Snake playing musical chairs with a director's chair, just to announce that Hideo Kojima was directing the next Metal Gear game, which we all knew anyway. So yeah, it's less that they delayed, more that he announces them 5 years in advance.
Okay. Paddy has also sent us a question saying, so Bluehole have screwed up with PUBG in China. Thoughts on the way they're handling it?
Who cares?
I don't know. PUBG China. China advertisements, Steam reviews bombed. Is this PUBG or what's going on here? Apparently, because PUBG published an in-game advertisement of a third-party gaming VPN for them. When then this is advertisement in a non-free-to-play game. Oh, they're putting adverts in the Chinese version of the game. Okay.
Good.
Yeah. About
Make
time they
'em
paid some
watch.
money.
Man,
Yeah.
I don't know why more games don't do shit like that. Like I'd be okay. I mean, I'd be okay with like advertisements in my video games if it fucking lowers the price a bit.
Oh, why don't you buy NBA 2K18 then? Because like there's so much. Like here are my Nike trainers.
First, you have to make a game good, and then you can put advertisements in it. Like Burnout had advertisements in like all the billboards, and you can crash through them. So it was pretty cool.
Yeah.
The only reason I voted for Obama was because he had a fucking billboard in Burnout 3.
Did he have a? Oh, brilliant! Oh, that's where Hillary went wrong. Morris says, "Is the end of the world soon?" Well, if this podcast is anything to go by, I'm guessing yes.
It feels like it.
Yeah. Do you want to go into the top 100 games right now?
Let's do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, rock and roll, bitches. So this is where I have to put you guys up here. This is where the chat goes really small. Let me redo it. So, someone entertain the listeners.
All right, hey everybody, listen. This time, Ben's not going to spend the first 30 minutes of the top 100 games listing the fucking games.
Oh, I am.
I re-listened to that podcast.
I am.
And it took 30 minutes for you to just
It's gonna be even longer this time.
Well, don't do that. Holy shit, that took forever.
Oh.
And I'm there like, okay, I'm listening to it. I'm like, okay. Holy shit, when is this done? Oh, it's never going to be done. And then I just stopped listening because I think my phone ran out of battery because the podcast is too long.
All right, Manny. Let's.
What are you doing? I'm watching the Twitch stream right now.
I'm getting. It's. I'm fixing it. Here we go. So, Paddy, what's been out for? Apparently Paddy's been abusing you on YouTube.
Wait, oh, is that? Are you who's like telling me to kill myself a bunch? Are you Wrenched the Bench? Is that who you are? Because yeah. Hey, really quick, guys. If you can go to my YouTube channel, I really need somebody to comment and say the only way you will become YouTube famous is if you fucking kill yourself. Write that onto the video where I'm asking for insults. Because I need somebody to fucking write that. I made a video asking people to write that, and nobody fucking does it. Everyone just insults me. Like, hey, Jose, you're fucking ugly. I'm like, yeah, thank you. But that's not what the fuck I'm asking for, you pieces of shit.
Pat just like joins chat, has been told to kill himself. All right. Logs off. So yeah, the link on there is our YouTube channel. Feel free to click on it and subscribe to Click Play. But also in there is the recommended, one of the recommended video channels that we have, which is I'm a Make Movies. Feel free to give them. So yeah, so we're gonna do the top 100 games of ever, and today we're gonna go from number 40 to 21, and also we'll announce the full list of the top 20. So far we have.
Okay, let's
see how fast I can go.
Okay, yeah, go.
100 No More Heroes, 299 Conquers Bad Fur Day, number 8 is Tetris, 97 Forza Horizon 3, 96 Echo the Dolphins, Tides of Time, number 95 Ratchet and Clank, 2016, 94 Jack and Daxter. We'll just do the 90s then.
Every 10, say the number.
Braid, Gears of War 2, Pokemon Soul Silver Heart Gold, 90 is Battlefield Bad Company 2, 8 Beyond Two Souls, PS4, Burnout 3, Overwatch? Yeah, Transistor, From Dust, What Remains of Edith Finch, Earthbound, Wolf Among Us, Super Smash Bros. Melee, NFL Blitz, 2003 is 80, Strategy, Pokemon Red Blue, Guitar Hero 2, Ori and the Blind Forest, Grand Theft Auto 2, Spec Ops The Line, Thumper.
Still too long.
Splatoon 2, Rogue Legacy, 70 is Uncharted 2, then Rock Band 2, Mario Kart 8 Deluxe, bollocks, Sonic 3 and Knuckles. Super Mario Galaxy 2, Elite Dangerous, Res Infinite, Dishonored, Final Fantasy 14, Portal, 60 is Harvest Moon, Halo ODST, Limbo, Shadow of Mordor, Borderlands 2, Rainbow Six Vegas 2, Final Fantasy 10, Firewatch, Super Mario Maker, Fable 2, Firewatch 53. It's 53 places too low though. Fable 2 is 51. 50 is Neo, 49 Hitman, 48 Catherine, 47 Halo 3, 46 Metroid Prime, 45 Horizon Zero Dawn, 44 Rocket League, 43 The Greatest Game Ever, Grim Fandango, 42 Metal Gear Solid 2, 41 Dark Souls.
All right. That took a little bit too long, but I'm okay with it.
Just wait till next week. We're going to have to look at all of them. Hourglass 23, Life, This Is Life. How are you doing? But yeah, Portal is there at 61. Easily top 30, says Paddy. Well, it's not because it's not. Are you ready then for? So we've announced as well the top 20. Well, most of the top 20 games. We'll finish that off later. But so this will be the numbers from. Let me just type it up. What are we going to do? To 21,
Just copy and paste them.
22, 23. No, we're going to make it exciting. 25.
Oh my god! But you have to make it so fucking
Yeah.
long.
It builds up excitement.
No, it doesn't. Hey, everybody, comment. And be
Hey,
like,
hey,
I'm
our
excited."
listeners, you love watching this.
Yeah, you like
Number-
watching a list being formed slowly.
We've
Oh,
not,
perfect.
you know, since we've
Perfect.
introduced this top 100 games, we've had more viewers and more interaction in the chat than
Yeah, and I'm sure they're all
ever.
here to watch you enter the numbers 21.
That's their favorite part.
I am nearly
Oh,
here.
wait,
39, 40. Okay. I would type out the 100 off screen, and that would make sense, but no, it makes it more exciting this way.
next time do that.
It would
Do-
require forethought, which
Yeah.
doesn't happen.
No. Okay, are you ready for the first game?
Yes.
Where did I put it? Wait a minute. Wait, I might not have it.
Oh my god. I cannot believe this. This is ridiculous.
Let me make one up.
Um,
Halo 2. Is that already said?
Yeah.
Where did I put it? Where is it?
wait, Deus Ex. Put Deus Ex in there.
Deus Ex, Human Revolution.
Super
Easily.
Mario Brothers.
Super Mario World.
What happened? Where's my channel?
Metal Gear Acid.
Zelda, Legend of Zelda,
Oh wait.
Yeah.
Ocarina of Time.
Ocarina of Time. Too high.
Oh wait, I think I've got it.
Holy shit.
Just barely found the list, everyone.
Yeah,
know what,
it was in
everybody?
my.
Thank you
We
for
lost
tuning
two
in.
viewers. We lost two viewers making this list.
They killed themselves.
Okay, just give me a second. Nearly there. Put John back on the screen. Okay.
Oh my god. I'm going to jump off a fucking bridge.
Sleeping Dogs, that could be there.
Mm-hmm. All right then. Number 1. First game. Oh god, I'm gonna end up talking about this game.
You fucking take.
Are you ready? You excited? BioShock Infinite.
Nice.
I haven't played that one.
One of the best endings in video games.
Yeah, I really like that. And then
I
Yeah.
beat all the other ones.
The
this
next
one's
one
worth a look.
is someone says it's like Trump saying Puerto Rico. It's painful. Do you see that video?
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Puerto Rico.
Next one,
Fabulous.
Halo Reach.
Reach.
Nice. Okay.
Okay, are you ready for the next one? South Park, The Stick of Truth. Not the PS1 game.
It looks funny.
It's a funny game. Next one. The Walking Dead Season 1.
Nice.
There's one that belongs up there.
Yeah, it's one of those games. And the 5th one. This is all in a random order, by the way. We're gonna order these very soon. Is Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah, cool. Like that.
Yeah. Oh.
Which one's Arkham Knight?
I'd give it to Arkham City before I give it to Arkham
Yeah, you're wrong.
Knight.
I enjoyed
See,
Dark.
there's two schools of thought with the Batman games. You either go with the first one, which was pretty linear with a little bit of Metroidvania, or you go with the open world ones. The second one was not as good as the third. Although I will say that the third had a lot of vehicle segments, which were terrible.
Exactly. I didn't do most of those, so I didn't really
Yeah.
feel that blunt.
A lot of the vehicle stuff is side content, so you can avoid it.
Are you ready for the next one? It's Dark Souls 3.
Hot.
Yeah.
Doesn't that put it ahead of Dark Souls 1?
Yes, it does.
Jesus Christ.
I like Dark Souls 3 more than I like Dark Souls 1. But
Me
I guess
too.
I'm wrong with that as well.
No, I agree with you, Andre. And as a Dark Souls aficionado, Dark Souls 3 is definitely better than the first one.
I like Dark Souls 3. It's the only one I played.
We all like Dark Souls 3, but
Okay, the next one. Okay, this is quite interesting. Animal Crossing.
Hell yeah.
Well, like vanilla and original Animal Crossing.
Original Animal
Again.
Crossing.
Original
Hot.
Animal Crossing.
Then
Hot.
the one after it, kind of a plate, is
Animal Crossing again.
we don't Harvest Moon. Stardew Valley. Wow, I nearly got.
What? Really?
Yeah.
That didn't make top 10?
I thought we
Didn't
already
make-
had that.
No.
I
Yeah,
don't know
Harvest
Harvest Moon.
Yeah, it's the same thing, I know, but Stardew Valley higher than Harvest Moon, which I think's
For
Good.
sure. Stardew Valley should be higher than most of the things on this fucking list so far.
oh, just wait.
Alex.
Next one, quite an interesting game that this made it so soon after it's out.
FIFA 2011.
12. Persona 5.
Oh, nice.
Good game. Like it. Japanesey. Next one is Inside.
Okay.
Yeah. One of those games.
Sounds
It's higher than
Interesting.
Limbo, which is deserved.
Hey, pick it up.
Next one. So with 10. That's 10 done. Is it? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. Yeah, it is. Next one is Final Fantasy 7.
Too high.
Oh, baby.
Great game. Next one is Halo. That's
Okay.
it. Halo 1. Halo 1 made it.
Combat Evolved is
Oh,
the
sorry.
first one.
Halo Combat Evolved. Next
What
one.
a terrible name for a game.
It's a really, I was just thinking, it's really funny subtitles. They clearly didn't have much confidence in the game. They're like,
Combat's
guys,
better.
it's Combat Evolved.
Evolved. Yes.
Next one. Uncharted 4.
Nice.
Best Uncharted, I think.
That ending, though.
No spoilers. I still
Dream. The next one. Ooh, big one.
Die.
Big one. Big one here. Portal 2.
Nice.
Portal 2 is higher than Portal 1. Is that true? Well, I mean, we agree.
I was higher when I played it, that's for sure.
What games have you played that are amazing high, Zach?
All of
Journey.
them.
Every single experience I've had under the influence is better.
Next
Yes.
game is, as John said, Journey. How did you know?
Nice.
Journey. Did you play that high, Zach?
I never played that game.
Oh, so good. Next one. Only 5 left. The Legend of Zelda. The Wind Waker.
Yeah,
Nice.
that's my favorite Zelda.
Really.
This is an awesome list on its own.
I know. I told you this is really, really big. Next one. Oh fuck. Oh, 2 of you are gonna be really disappointed here. Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay, I'll take that. People don't tend to have taste, so I'll take it like at this point.
Okay, only 3 more. Next one. Grand Theft Auto 4.
Nice.
5 is already in the top 20. Then
I'm
the
surprised
next
4
one.
made the list.
Resident Evil 4.
Oh, boy.
That's gotta be high.
Woo, what a list.
Oh, there's one more. There's one more. There's one
God,
more.
this is
And this is going to annoy Jordan.
uh-oh.
What number are we?
This is the last one.
What is it?
This is the 20th.
Okay, go on. We've
Blood-
already got fucking Final Fantasy 7. This is Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is in
Yeah.
21 to 40.
I think the way that the math has worked out with this list, this is pretty much part of my list.
Yeah, it's all your list. Hey, Jordan, you take it away. You. I don't think I've got any personal games in. No, actually, not one of these games was on my list, apart from the
Really?
Journey.
I think what's happened is I've named a lot of games that you guys didn't agree with, so I've just ended up right bang in the middle. So I put Bioshock Infinite on, I put Halo Reach on, I put Walking Dead on, I put Arkham Knight on, I put Dark Souls 3 on, I put Animal Crossing on, I put didn't put Persona 5 on. I put Final Fantasy 7 on. I put Halo on. I put Uncharted on. I put Portal 2 on. I put Journey on. I put Wind Waker on. I put Shadow of the Colossus on. I put Grand Theft Auto 4 on. I put Resident Evil 4 on. I put Bloodborne on.
Yeah, I think I
So
put
this is very much my list.
just
I
Wind Waker
put
and Journey.
I put Stardew Valley. All right.
I only had 2 games that I put down, and neither of them made the list.
Sleeping Dogs.
And Deus Ex: Human Revolution.
There's a reason, yeah. Maybe next. In fact, no, because this is of all time. We're just going to update it every year with the Game of the Year stuff.
Number 40, Animal Crossing.
If Zach's here for the last episode, maybe like because we're all going to inject one game, so maybe Zach can inject his.
Yeah.
Oh, for sure.
And spread your game all over this. But we're gonna. I think next week, once we've done we've finished the top 20, we've got the full 100. We're all going to be given the chance to raise or realign one of them each, and then maybe put a new one in. Because there are
For a second, I thought you said we're gonna do 400.
yeah.
Like, wait,
Then we're gonna
no.
do the top 100 based on consoles. Best 100 GameCube. There aren't 100 GameCube games, are there?
Top 400 RPGs based on JRPGs.
Yeah, turn-based, of course. So, are we agreeing with Bloodborne at 40? No. Let's just go. So, BioShock Infinite. I played that.
I
really enjoyed
say Animal Crossing or Stardew Valley.
Wait, chill the fuck out with that. I say Animal Crossing for sure goes 40.
Well, we should
Animal
go.
Crossing was great.
We should
Like,
go
I
through
love-
them like we have the last 3 weeks. We should go through and just
Oh, but that takes forever.
only if you yabber on for ages. Just give your little brief opinions.
Yeah. Okay, BioShock Infinite's good. Halo Reach is great.
I
So
really
we talked
like
about BioShock Infinite. So BioShock Infinite has one of the best endings. It's got, to be honest, it's not even the ending.
No, the
BioShock
start.
Infinite. If you separate BioShock Infinite's story from the actual gamey game stuff, it's got one of the best stories in video gaming. The problem with BioShock Infinite is that it was very much in that kind of 360 era of everything needs to be a shooter, everything needs to be a bra shooter, and it kind of suffered for that. It went from the kind of really slow, claustrophobic, stealthy combat of the first one, and just became an absolute. It just became a first-person shooter game, but the story around it is fucking insane. Like when I finished that game, it was one of those games where you finish it and then you spend 5 hours on Reddit just trying to work out what the fuck just happened.
Yeah.
It's so
I never finished it, but I remember the first hour of it just being one of the most intense games I've ever played. Like I was just whoa.
Totally. The start is amazing. The end is amazing. There's a lot of amazing stuff all the way through it. It's too long, and there's just a lot of here's your room with there's going to be 50 guys spawning and you need to kill them. That's a shame because it totally flies in the face of this fucking piece of art that they tried to create. But I think it's so strong just in terms of that story that what really annoys me about it is that the story stuff won't age. The shooting mechanics will, and they probably already have, and that will, you don't really hear much about BioShock Infinite. I think it deserves more, but the problem is that in 5 years' time, people are not going to be playing BioShock Infinite. They'll probably play BioShock. They won't play BioShock Infinite, which is a real shame.
My only complaint with BioShock is the fact that it felt too long, and it sucks because I beat that game in 2 sit-ins, and I watched my brother play it because I was so excited for him to experience that. But yeah, seeing somebody who's not super invested play that game slowly, methodically, and it took him 4 weeks to play that game to beat it, and I'm just oh, but you have to experience everything at once. I don't know how you can put the controller down playing that game. It's so fun. I'm so interested in this story, and I know it's gonna have a good payoff because BioShock had a good payoff. And I agree. The ending is such a great ending. I remember it happening, and everything. There's one line in it that's I don't want to spoil it because I think it's that important. But man, it's just it's a great game. Yeah, the story is just awesome.
There's always a man. There's always a lighthouse.
Yeah, it's perfect.
Right, now Halo Reach. Which one's Halo? I never played any of the Halo games because I didn't really have an Xbox or didn't really.
So
buy anything
Halo
for it.
Reach was the last Bungie Halo.
Yeah.
And it's kind of different from the first three in ODST. It kind of takes a darker tone. Master Chief isn't in it. It focuses on, it kind of goes back in time in terms of the Halo timeline, and where the Covenant first attack in, and there's a planet called Reach, which is one of our colonies, and the Covenant completely fuck it over. New players are a group of Spartans who are basically trying to help out and also escape that planet. Like I said, it's got a bit of a grittier tone. To give you an example, the Covenant, whereas in the previous games they would be speaking in English and they would be quite funny, actually, in this one it's an alien dialect. And just the whole tone of the game is a lot darker. Again, fucking awesome ending. I don't want to spoil anything if people haven't played that game, but in terms of, like, if you think what Halo is in terms of the way those games are set up, you're pretty limited in terms of what you can do with experimenting with story and gameplay mechanics. This game does something really simple but really, really poignant at the end. And it's just an all-round really good Halo game.
I agree with everything he just said there.
Is that in the Master Chief collection?
No.
It is not, no.
Oh.
But it's backwards compatible, so you can play that.
All right. Yeah, one day I will go and play all the Halos.
You know what? Doing it this way, we're just going to spend even more time talking about these fucking games. God
Well,
damn it.
then when we order it, we can. Yeah, this is what people are here for.
Oh my God.
South Park: The Stick of Truth, amazing game. That's a great game to stream. So funny, and the humor, spot on. It makes me think, why didn't they do it like this? Or why didn't they keep the art like this when they had that crappy PS1 version? It's just really, really good. I like it, and it's really well written. It's one of those games I play for a bit, then I put down. I play for like 3 or 4 hours, then I'll stop and go back to it because the jokes kind of, they don't repeat, but I don't know. I can only tolerate South Park for a few hours, and then I have to do something else.
The problem is it's not the best South Park game.
Oh.
But the best South Park game is Chef's Love Shack on the N64.
I don't know how I knew you were going to say that. I don't know why I fucking knew. That's the only other South Park game I've ever played.
There is like a shitty first-person shooter on like PS1, which is pretty bad.
You're shooting turkeys.
Chef's Love Shack is like a quiz show game.
Yeah.
Chef is hosting it. I say the N64 version because the PS1 version had atrocious loading times. And I'm also talking shit. This is totally the best South Park game.
Until the new one comes out. By the way, we don't know where Zach went. He just he vanished.
Oh,
His roommate walked in.
doing
Yeah.
drugs. The Walking Dead Season 1 is probably one of the most important, like, fucking story-based. Like, it's such an important game for Telltale. Like, it is the one that resonated with almost everybody.
Yeah.
Like, before that, nobody kind of gave a shit that much about those style of games.
Like we talk about the quantity of games and IPs that Telltale pumps out these days. It's totally because of this first season. Like the Walking Dead Season 1 came, like, if you think about it, they had games before this. They had Jurassic Park, they had
Back to the
Future games, and whatever they did like before that, I'm sure they've got a long history. This game came out and it changed things. And like, I'm not the biggest Telltale fan. I hated Game of Thrones. I wasn't that fast on Borderlands. I can't play the Batman stuff. But The Walking Dead Season 1, this was on my list. And it's because, like, it's not, it is, in terms of the story, it isn't rocket science. It does the same thing as The Last of Us. You've got, the dad archetype who, meets a young girl who ends up becoming his daughter, essentially, and that's where the kind of emotional charges of the game, but it just executes so well. It's so poignant throughout. There's some really key choices that you make. I haven't played the other seasons. I don't know how well they kind of pay off. From what I've heard, nothing really touches this one, which is completely understandable. Again, so like just talking about endings in games, this one is will just fuck you, completely fuck you. Yeah, I despite not liking the genre, I really, really like this game.
Sounds similar to The Last of Us.
Yeah.
Have you played Season 1, Ben?
No, these games don't interest me,
man.
really.
Oh my God. Ben, shut the fuck up. How do you like Firewatch and not like The Walking Dead Season 1? How do you like Grim Fandango? Grim Fandango is a piece of shit.
Is it like Life is Strange?
No, it's more like Grim Fandango. It's the most adventure game Telltale has ever been. I mean, no. Of like the new Telltale games, this is the one that's more puzzle. Like it has a bunch of puzzles and random shit. But like right after this, they stopped with all that puzzle stuff that I don't like. My only problem with this game is that there was puzzles and it slowed down the pacing. Where I'm like, I don't know what to fucking do here. I had to look it up and just. I hate adventure games. I love this game.
Okay.
And have you been spoilt on the story of this, or are you clean?
No, I don't watch Walking Dead. I watched the first season.
Yeah, it doesn't connect to the show, so this is connected to the comic. And again, it's the characters don't cross over. So, but in terms of the game, do you know anything about the story?
No idea.
Then I promise you should go and play The Walking Dead season 1. I promise you.
Okay, I think I've got it actually.
It'll take about 6 hours to get to the end of it.
Let me see. I might even have it. Pretty sure I have.
That makes me so mad that you don't fucking. That's impossible.
Yeah, I do.
That
The
you
Walking
like
Dead.
adventure games and not like this. This is so good.
I purchased it the 23rd of December 2012.
Oh my god. You PC gamers are all so weird.
I'm so spoiled.
Yeah. I need to go and get a drink of water, but before I do that, I'll talk to you about Dark Souls 3, I guess. I love Dark Souls 3. It's the most polished of the Souls games and probably the last Souls game, including like Bloodborne, that we're going to get for a little while at least. I think it's weird that we'll have to put it above the original Dark Souls, because I think Dark Souls 3 is very much a love letter to that first one, and in a lot of ways doesn't actually kind of pay off as well as the first one. But at the same time, it is, if you're just looking for that gameplay Souls experience in terms of the PvP, in terms of the PvE progression, yeah, it's the best one. It's the most polished. A lovely PC version of it. That's why I'd recommend that you play it. And if you're into all the lore stuff of Dark Souls, which, to be honest, like as much as I love Bloodborne for the lore, Dark Souls is a little bit too high fantasy for me, so I don't care too much. I like how much other people like it. I like the fact that people are writing fucking books about this stuff, and there's hours and hours of YouTube material, and I'll listen to it, but not really understand. But I just enjoy the enthusiasm.
Like Destiny for me.
Yeah, I guess. So yeah, Dark Souls 3 is good.
Okay.
I'll need to stay for Animal Crossing as well, actually.
Yeah,
Animal Crossing is fun. Actually, we forgot to talk about Batman. Batman Arkham Knight.
Oh shit! Yeah, sorry, I totally missed Batman.
Yeah,
Polished
it's a great game. It's a very well-made game. Besides the drive-in sections
and the PC,
which I had no problem. I had no problem. Oh yeah, the fucking PC version sucked. Is that? Did they ever fix that?
I played the PC version day one. Now, full disclosure, like my PC it was actually Batman was one of the games that came with my graphics card. So like, it wasn't out when I bought my graphics card, but like a few weeks later, I got Witcher 3 in this. I had no issues now, but at the time, like I had 32 gigs of RAM and like a 980 in this. So I think it was just that I kind of brute forced my way through the issues.
Yeah.
But I know that the PC port was fucked. But Batman Arkham Knight is so good. I think it's probably underrated. I think the port issues kind of overshadowed it a little bit. And the car stuff is pretty rubbish. But if you just ignore the side content and you can get through where it does kind of tie it into the main story, just driving around the car in the city, getting around actually works really well, I think. And then everything else is way better than the previous games.
Zach's back.
Hey Zach.
Hey.
Just in time to talk about Animal Crossing, that should be 40.
I agree with
We're have to reiterate everything we're saying right now.
So Bioshock Infinite, Zach, what's your opinion of Bioshock?
Oh my god.
Yeah, no, I agree with John, by the way, about Batman Arkham Knight. I really enjoyed it. It was awesome. It felt I think I started playing that just after I played Shadow of Mordor, so it was like that kind of game, very similar, like battling, but with like an interesting story. And
some of the perspective stuff that game does that you've seen a lot in games now, in terms of like the stuff that you like. I don't want to necessarily spoil it. I
know what you're talking about, and I feel like that's like the first game I ever saw that in.
Yeah, like if you play the second one, you'll know that at the end of the second one, a major character dies. That major character turns up a hell of a lot in the third game.
Yeah.
But obviously he's dead. So he's like a figment of the imagination of Batman. And the way they fuck with the perspective, like he won't be in the shot, and then you'll move the camera around and then suddenly he's there. Some of the stuff towards the end of the game that they do with that, in terms of Batman like battling himself mentally, I think was fucking incredible.
And jump scares in Batman Arkham Knight. I remember like
Man-Bat. That was awesome.
Yeah, I was just climbing up a building. I'd climbed up hundreds of buildings because it's Batman, obviously, and then Just one
on
of
the
them.
garden.
Yeah, like I just got to the top, and then all of a sudden this thing jumps out at me. I just nearly had a heart attack. I'm like, where did that come from? And then another side story kind of opens up, but it doesn't seem to be triggered by anything I've done. Just by like I'd gone on this building loads of times, and all of a sudden now there's this thing that appears, which I really liked that.
Again, this game is what ruined Shadow of Mordor for me because I bought both these games. I played through all of Batman,
Yeah.
and then I went to Shadow of Mordor. I'm like, oh, this is just like a shittier version of that.
I think actually if I had the choice to finish either of them, I'd probably go for now Shadow of War's coming out, I'd go for Batman Arkham Knight.
Yeah.
So
Animal Crossing.
Oh yeah. Are we even going to talk about this shite?
Animal Crossing's a great game. Very important for its time. It's the only game I feel like that still does that real time stuff, which is dope. I remember like I used to check into that game daily on my GameCube. It's a fantastic game. I don't think it's better than most of the stuff on this list. But yeah, I adore that game. And if they made a new one for Switch and allow me to fucking reset it whenever I want.
Can we confirm that this is the Amiibo Festival version? You know, the Wii U Animal Crossing Amiibo Festival? Or is it the Happy Home Designer?
That's it.
This is original GameCube Animal Crossing.
Okay. Well, yeah, it's a game. And I'm
incredibly advanced considering when it was released. And considering like the way the game looks, you wouldn't expect it to be all that advanced or anything. It just looks like a child's game, but it fucking blew my mind when I was like 18 or whatever it was.
Having one on the Switch would be quite interesting, especially if it's like, you know, you open it up at certain times and you can do different things, because having the Switch on the go in your bag all the time, like a Tamagotchi, can use it.
Like it was ahead of its time, and like console technology is now caught up with it, and I don't think they've ever really, like, I know there's been ones on the handhelds and stuff, but I don't think Nintendo's ever really kind of cashed in on what they could do with Animal Crossing. That game could be as big as Pokemon as far as I'm concerned if they do it right, and they could do it with the Switch, I think, if they do it right.
Okay. Zach, do you have anything? Do you have sound with us? No, he doesn't. He's talking to himself. No, guess not. Can you give us thumbs up if you can hear us?
I got you.
Oh,
Sorry.
there you are.
I don't know how I got muted.
No, it didn't even say muted. It just said you didn't have sound. Okay. Have you played Persona 5, Zach?
Persona 5? No.
All right. Jordan, you have, haven't you?
Yep, totally. Yep.
Did you enjoy it? Did you finish it? You won't finish it because you probably still be playing it now.
No, I didn't finish it. I really liked Persona 4 on the Vita. Again, didn't finish that, but kind of really liked what they were going for. I was really looking forward to Persona 5. Really enjoyed like 20, 30 hours that I played, but that game is probably like 120 hours. And I just kind of fell off it. But one of the most stylish games that I've ever played, one of the coolest games that I've ever played. And I really enjoyed the combat in it. I thought the combat had a really good kind of modern JRPG flow.
It has like a fast flow to it.
Yeah, I don't want to comment too much. Yeah, totally. It's got like that fast forward thing, which I appreciated. I can't really comment too much on it because I haven't finished it. But Persona speaks for itself, really.
Yeah, from what I played, I really liked it. I loved at the end when you get your XP and stuff, you're actually running. It just feels like it's a fast-paced game. And also you get to fight a monster that's sitting on the toilet. And another monster that's got a giant penis. It's Japanese. No offense. Next game, Inside. I never played it. I've got it.
It's really good. Doesn't belong anywhere near as high on this list, if on this list at all. I would get rid of this and Limbo. I think Limbo's overrated, and Inside probably gets a lot of props just because how much everybody pretends that Limbo is one of the best games ever made. But Inside is better than Limbo, and does some really interesting things. Got a fucking crazy final act. Goes places I did not expect that game to go, but similar to its forebearer, very much overrated, I would argue.
I liked it. I think it's a super well-made game.
Yes.
Like every aspect of that game is like handcrafted. Like you can feel that while you're playing it. It controls so well. It's like the art style of it is incredible, and it's so consistent throughout. It's like fills you with dread at every turn. I think it's a great game. I wouldn't put it. I don't think I would put it on that high on my list either. But I think Inside is better than Limbo in my opinion too. So.
Yeah, I prefer Little Nightmares. That's
Well, I played Inside using my Oculus. There's no VR support for Inside, but I played it via like a virtual screen. So I was literally I was kind of playing it on like a pseudo like cinema screen, just in total pitch dark, and it really added a lot to it. And I made the screen so big that I would have to like look around to see like the corners of the screen. And obviously the surround sound, the headphones kind of really maximize the impact of the game.
I bet Cuphead would look cool on that. Big open air cinema.
Would kill you.
All right, I can't escape it. Final Fantasy VII. Some say is one of the best Final Fantasies after 10.
Holy shit, Final Fantasy VII, Ben.
That's my. That's like Final Fantasy VII is when I entered the gaming world. Because if I know it wasn't, it was Final Fantasy VIII. But like everyone was still banging on about Final Fantasy VII up until. Well, they never shut up, did they?
It's the second best game of all time.
Well, it isn't though, is it? It
It's
could
like the 21st, if anything.
Yeah, it could be the 21st best game of all time, John.
Yeah, but this is by committee. But you know, if you got somebody who knew what they were talking about, this would be the second best game of all time.
I think I put it really high up, and I've only played a quarter of it.
I left the first place. What was that place called?
Midgar.
I left
Samarkand,
Midgar. I played for like 20 minutes. I'm like, oh nope, this game is shit, and then I turned it off and never played it again.
So what about what? Okay, a couple of questions. When did you play it?
Turn-based combat is boring. I just want to say that.
Who's boring?
So
I said turn-based.
Divinity 2 is turn-based combat.
So is Mario
Boring.
Rabbids.
It's boring. I don't even need to play it.
Divinity. That's why Divinity 2 isn't on our list, man.
Persona 5 is. Mario and Rabbids is turn-based.
Oh, I fucking love Mario and Rabbids.
Oh, there you go. So it's
I'm
pretty
telling you,
much
they're gonna make a
like this
fucking
game.
Mario and Rabbids, Rabbid Peach game, like a solo game, and it's gonna be fucking awesome.
I'll
It's gonna
rabbit your
Puyo
Peachy, carry on.
Puyo.
So, yeah, Final Fantasy VII just got it all really. Graphically at the time, it was outstanding. Musically, I often listen to if you just go on Spotify and just you'll find like full orchestral remakes of the music. It is fucking outstanding. I love the story. It's got a whole like Lovecraftian weird story going on, like layered stories. The characters are cool, which Final Fantasy never seemed to nail after 9. I quite like the combat. I love the materia system. I'm not too like strategic, and these games can quickly get like a bit too like layered for me. I don't really know what's going on, but I think the materia system is pretty straightforward, and I like it. It was 3 discs on PlayStation 1, so like 3 times better than most other games.
I didn't realize that was the rule. Because Final Fantasy 8 is 4 discs, isn't it? So that means it's even better than Final Fantasy 7.
No.
I loved 8 actually. What game had the most discs apart from Microsoft Flight Simulator? What about a PS? Was that like the only game that had 3 discs?
No, well, Metal Gear was 2 discs. No, there's a few. Like, so if you look at PC, like the X-Files had like 8 discs on PC.
Yeah.
So yeah, Final Fantasy 7 is really good. Halo, let's move on. Halo is Halo. We don't need to talk about that, I think. Halo's Halo. Halo's really good. We like Halo.
Yeah,
I'm gonna save my arguments to when we start fucking rank. I don't know why we don't start ranking them now. It makes no sense.
Right, I'm just gonna quickly run through these games. So
Quick.
Yeah.
It's really funny that we've got Halo Reach and Halo Combat Evolved on this list because it's the first and last Bungie Halo game. Uncharted 4 is probably the best Uncharted game.
Yes.
Another milestone in terms of cinematic storytelling within video games. And again, all of these games have amazing endings. This is one of them. Fucking an awesome ending. I didn't give a shit about Uncharted until Uncharted 4 was about to come out, and I played through the collections and quite enjoyed them, and then played 4. And 4 actually made me care about those characters, whereas I didn't before. Portal 2.
More Portal.
with Stephen Merchant.
Yeah.
It's really good. Journey. I guess we probably want to talk about Journey a little
Yeah,
bit.
Journey. Journey changed me.
Journey's-
It's a good band, yeah.
I went on a journey. I
Don't
went,
stop.
Where is it? Yeah, I've got a signed postcard. I loved it so much. I went on their website and bought postcards and pin badges. And
The
they were
original
signed.
walk-in simulator.
The best one though.
Moving on.
I remember playing Journey, and when I finished it, like my eyes were dry because I'd just been staring at this. I was on a small TV at that time as well, and I was just like, I'd stared at it so long, I had dry eyeballs. I was just so immersed in that world. It was brilliant. If anyone has not played that game, play it. So Zach, play it.
If I play this and it's like Firewatch, I will
Oh,
come
no.
back with a vengeance next week.
It is one of the best games. It's the best walking simulator game. Yeah, even more than like for me, I prefer Firewatch, but I can tell for everyone. In fact, no, for me, I prefer Edith Finch. But,
Screw this.
Journey.
Journey is a
PlayStation
walking
3,
simulator.
PlayStation 4. Fuck you, Sony.
Paddy says, "I wish I was on the podcast to put my point on Journey over properly." Well, tell it in the chat, Paddy, and I'll put it in your accent.
Does he like Journey or does he not like Journey?
I think he thinks it's racist.
Good. Legend of Zelda: Wind Waker is the best Zelda game. Shadow.
Wait.
of the Colossus-
What? The best Zelda game is the Wind Waker?
Yeah.
Better than Breath of the Wild?
Yeah. Breath of the Wild is broken.
Oh, you need to alter your play style.
Shadow of the Colossus is one of the best PS2 games, which is saying something. It's getting remade next year, which tell me another PS2 original Xbox or GameCube game that's getting remade next year. None of them, because Shadow of the Colossus is the best. Grand Theft Auto 4. So I put this one on the list. Everyone thinks 5. 5 is awesome. Don't get me wrong. Like, I think the tone of 4 is a lot better than 5. 5 has gone a little bit too far with don't get me wrong. 5, like, it's got the whole online stuff and the modding scene on PC and wherever else. But if we just look at the single player experience that they created, like 5 went a bit too far. I think like the comedy's like really I don't know. It just goes really hard on like the corporate America stuff and the capital, like bashing capitalism all the time and like cock jokes in business names, and it gets a little bit tiring. I think Grand Theft Auto 4 was a little bit more grounded, and I've just got amazing memories of it because it was the first game to have like a really robust kind of physics engine. Well, I suppose there's Half-Life 2 as well, but like I just remember seeing a trailer before this game came out, and like Nico shot a bad guy at the top of the stairs in the leg, and the guy crumpled and fell down the stairs. And like that's common in games now, but I'd never seen that before Grand Theft Auto 4. And then I remember booting it up for the first time and just walking around the city and just walking around slow, kind of immersing myself. I went to a pier, looked over the sea, and there was a big fat guy next to me with a camera, and he just looked at me and took a picture of me and then walked away, and that was awesome. And it was the first game, like open world game like this, that seemed to have like randomization in terms of the NPCs. It wasn't just like cookie cutter NPCs. If you know what I mean. Like everyone seems to be different in it. You don't see like 5 different types walking around. And the story was good. So fuck you.
Yeah, I think I got my friend's save file on it and opened up everywhere. Yeah. What do you want to? Should we move on, or should I mention what Paddy says about Journey? Paddy says it's honestly one of the most incredible experiences ever. It was just an amazing. The art style, it was just amazing. The art style was amazing. The idea of meeting other players on the journey, I love that. Not knowing who they were, going through the game together and having no prejudice against the other person is an incredible mechanic. Yep, the music is just incredible. I finished the game and honestly felt so emotional about it. I get Paddy, I get you, and it was same for me. And Bailey's made an interesting question. Why is Zelda Ocarina of Time not the best Zelda game? That game isn't on our top 100 list. Because
we're not confusing influential with best. Resident Evil 4. So I finished that game about 10 times now. One of just the best arcadey third-person shooter games. It's fucking perfect, that game. Andre, I'm going to guess that you like Resident Evil 4.
Resident Evil 4 is the best Resident Evil game, hands down. There's no... You can say Resident Evil 1 is so...
It is 1, by the way.
Get the fuck out of here. It's fucking 4.
7.
4 was the perfect blend of everything that makes Resident Evil games good. And anything that makes video games good. Like, it wasn't held back by that shitty camera angle that fucking sucks. And nobody wants to admit the first fucking 5 Resident Evil games with that stuck camera angle is shitty and hard.
I mean, I refused to play them when they were first out because of that angle. But now I think they're awesome. It's like, oh, this shitty camera angle, but it's Resident Evil 1.
Yeah,
it's awesome.
Exactly. No, I think it's awesome. But like, to say Resident Evil 4, like, man, everything about Resident Evil 4 is fucking great. It felt like, for me, I think it was the first game that I played like all the way through, and I thought, like, man, that was a journey. That was like an epic. Like, you went from like you were basically, well, not really globetrotting, but that's what it felt like. It felt like you went so many different places in that game, and by the end of it, like, God, I've probably played that game like 5 times, I think, in total. And New Game Plus, New Game Plus Plus, New Game Plus 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 Plus. It is an infinitely replayable game just because it's so fucking well made.
There's been a few games on this list where we've all kind of called out. Like, this list is clearly flawed because, like I said, it's made by committee. It's going to be a weird list anyway. But there's been a few games that we've called out like the legitimate best games of all time. Resident Evil 4 is absolutely one of them. Like, if you look at any top 100 game list from magazines or websites or wherever, Resident Evil 4 will generally be in the top 10.
You play it, Zach? Oh, you played it recently? Because
I meant the early Resident Evil ones.
Oh, you're not 4.
I played 5, I think. I don't recall 4 at all.
It's one with the.
Is that the guy with the beret? Does he have a beret on?
One of the bad guys is, yeah.
Isn't there a sack head on it?
Yeah, I
as well?
didn't play that one.
It's really good. The PC version is awesome. I played through earlier this year, and it's really funny. Like, I've played that game, I don't know, like between 7 and 10 times now. And every time it takes me about 20 hours. And even this time on PC, when I got to the end of it, again, it was 20 hours. Like, there's no give in that game. You're gonna you have to put like 20 fucking hours into that game to complete it. It's so good.
Yeah, I'm getting nostalgia looking at the pictures of it because I remember when it was announced and I remember reading it in the magazine. I feel old now.
It looked incredible at the time as well.
Yeah.
Like, it still looks really good. Like, the art is really solid, even at higher resolutions. But at the time, I just couldn't understand how the game looked that way. The character models were so detailed.
I can't wait for the Switch release.
There probably will be one.
I know, there has to be one.
Collection.
That'd be fucking awesome.
It's on the GameCube. So yeah, there's a little. I'll give you my opinion of Bloodborne. Took it back. Got a refund. Then I bought it again. But people seem to like this game. I'm not sure why. Zach, do you have any idea?
Nope, no clue. Didn't play it.
Andre, any idea?
Never played it, but I like Bloodborne, so I like Dark Souls, so I'm sure I'd like this.
Yeah, just put it at 40. Go on then, Jordan. Say your piece.
I don't really need to say anything about Bloodborne. I've talked about it a lot, but
is this your favorite
it's
game of all
basically the
time?
Dark Souls gameplay, but a little bit faster, a little bit more offensive. It's the story that's the main thing. Like, I really wish this game was on PC because the performance on PS4 isn't the best. I really like to play this at like in the same way that I played Dark Souls 3 in like 60 frames a second. But at the same time, it plays really well, and just the story. It's all about the story for Bloodborne, and I think it's a bit of a personal thing. Like, it's just something that really appeals to me. Like, it's got this kind of pseudo Victorian set into it. It is basically a Lovecraft story when you get to the end of it, and it's really fucking dark, and really weird, and
Might
really
play it
hard,
again.
and I fucking love it.
But like hard like Cuphead?
Hard like Dark Souls.
Which is harder, Cuphead or Bloodborne?
Well, considering I finished Cuphead in 6.5 hours, I would say Bloodborne. But it's a different kind of, like, I was thinking about this earlier, like, at least when we talk about Dark Souls and Bloodborne being that hard, like, the good thing about them is that even when you're dying, you're earning currency to upgrade yourself. That's the whole point. Whereas in Cuphead, like, you're just dying, and you're dying again, and you're dying again. You just got to have the patience to get through the levels. So in some ways, Cuphead is probably harder.
One of the things
more twitchy, I guess.
One of the reasons I didn't like Bloodborne when I first got it was the massive load times when you died. Has that been wiped out now?
was never an issue for me. Like they're way better now. I know that they released a patch early on, and obviously with the Pro, it's probably better again. And I've got like an SSD in my PS4, so that probably improves it slightly again.
Because I was dying a
yeah,
lot, and it's like over 1 minute at least to load.
For me now, and obviously mileage will vary. For me, it's about 10 seconds.
Okay. All right, yeah. As people have said in the chat, including like lots of PS4 exclusives on here. You're not a fan of those, Zach?
Oh yeah, I'm not a huge fan of console exclusives, especially when I don't own the consoles, and then especially when those games are in top 100 games of all time.
That should tell you should get a PS4, Zach.
Nah.
Andre, are you still thinking about getting one?
I might. Probably not. I have to save money now.
Oh, okay. Well, you're gonna miss
Probably
out.
around Christmas, maybe.
Mm-hmm. Well, then we can do another list of top 20 games that Andre should buy for the PS4. All right, then. So that's the list. Let's go through it.
Oh,
Which ones?
Thank God, that took 45 minutes.
But Zach missed the
Nailed
first
it.
5, so we need to discuss those again.
All right, so number 40. What should be 40, guys?
GTA 4.
Just stack all the PlayStation 4 exclusives on top of each other, and then we'll do the rest of the list.
I'd
Just-
say Inside is 40.
Inside. Yeah, Inside.
Yeah, I wouldn't stand against that.
Yeah. Zach?
I don't know.
How many of these games have you played, Zach?
I'll pipe up when I played it.
Okay.
Okay.
What about 39? So Inside is above Dark Souls, okay, and Metal Gear Solid 2. Jesus Christ.
I can
Yeah,
see
GTA
Jordan's
4 doesn't
movement.
belong here.
Yeah, maybe when we've got like we have next week, we can have one game that we can move up. I think we should also have one game that we can move down.
Yeah.
Although we can debate.
I will just try to make NFL Blitz 2013 higher.
I just want to replace Firewatch with Deus Ex. That's my goal for next week.
Can we?
I say
go
next is Animal Crossing.
I'm okay with Animal Crossing.
There's worse games on this list, so
Stardew Valley is not worse.
It is a good. Yeah, you're just protecting Stardew. So
Paddy says GTA 4 is so grey and bland.
like
Yeah.
GTA 4 is such a bad rep, man. But it was a similar fucking generational leap that you saw with 3. But it was still in a 3D space. But the stuff they did with like physics and
You go to the gym and
like
bulk up, couldn't you?
world building and stuff. Like you're all crazy to think
And
GTA
you
4
can-
wasn't great.
and you can
I bet
pick
you
up a
play,
brick.
I bet you all played fucking dozens of hours of GTA 4 as well.
I played it. I beat it 4 times, and
Yeah,
I
fuck
hated it
you.
every single time.
I beat it 4 times and I hated it. You fucking dick.
GTA 5 was the first time I actually played the campaign. I used to just go around killing civilians and stuff in the old ones.
I've only played Grand Theft Auto 5 once, but I played Grand Theft Auto 4 like a couple of times at least. So I like Call of Duty 4. Is what I'm trying to say. Call of Duty 4.
Yeah, I was like, what?
Uh,
Makes sense.
Grand Theft Auto 4.
Even
It's
after-
probably
but
the
even-
weakest.
Even after that tirade, this is a really strong list. So
Yeah.
if you want to put GTA 4 next,
I'd say Animal Crossing before that.
okay,
Yeah.
But Animal Crossing 39.
and then GTA.
Grand Theft Auto 4. What about Bioshock Infinite?
Yeah, that should probably be after Grand Theft. As much as I love it, like
Yeah.
there's just
Wait,
there's way too much fucking average shooting. Whoa, what are you doing with Resident Evil 4? You crazy.
Yeah, nearly.
what about Portal 2? I mean, I love Portal 2, but fuck.
It's one of the better games on this list.
Yeah.
Better
Way
than Arkham
stronger.
Knight.
Yeah, put Arkham Knight next.
Yeah. Why is that so high?
Calm down. Right. So, I thought we agreed on something after GTA 4. Didn't we agree on
Bioshock?
Yes.
Yeah.
Which one? Bioshock?
Ben-
I think
Ben,
No,
I
Bioshock.
need you to-
Arkham Knight is. Yeah, Arkham Knight's better than Bioshock.
Yeah.
I would argue. Yeah, totally.
I played both of them and I
I don't know.
preferred Bioshock.
Well, okay.
I mean,
I watched
Andre,
both
which one do you prefer?
I prefer BioShock.
Are you remembering all the fucking boring hours of basic shooting though? Are you forgetting this stuff?
I'm also remembering a lot of the boring shit I had to do in what's it called?
Batman, yeah.
Yeah, and that was a lot more boring shit in Batman because I mainlined the fuck out of Bio.
Yeah.
I beat BioShock in 7 hours. It took me 20 hours to beat Arkham Knight, and I hated a lot of it.
There's some Paddy in the wrong
Actually,
area.
I really enjoyed Arkham Knight. That being said, even though I just said I hated it.
Yeah, I should put Bioshock then above Batman Arkham Knight. You agree with that, Zach?
Yeah.
Y'all crazy.
South Park: The Stick of Truth next.
Yeah, agreed.
Although
Overrated.
Turn base, get out of here.
but it's, I think,
That's
is
3 against 1. 3 against
tell
1.
me, okay, tell me a funnier game than South Park: The Stick of Truth.
There is
Grim
that doesn't mean-
Fandango.
Grim
Okay, yeah,
Fandango.
okay.
True.
Oh, you know how to get my vote there, Jordan.
Psychonauts.
Oh, 2's coming out soon,
Fucking-
isn't it? What? I've just been reading
Borderlands.
headlines about Psychonauts 2.
Borderlands 1 and 2.
No, they're not. Borderlands 2 is the opposite of funny.
Firewatch is pretty funny.
No, it's not.
Got humor.
Sad.
No, the conversations they have, funny.
Yeah, like when you pick up a turtle. That's pretty cool.
Yeah,
Like a
I never found-
50-year-old lady who's married to some guy named Juan flirts with you the whole time. It sucks.
Mm.
Wait,
It sucks. She's a bad person.
I
Wait,
would
she's
imagine
married?
She smelled.
She's married to some dude named Juan.
Oh, I didn't know that. That's weird.
Yeah.
Yeah, but she
That was
doesn't.
never.
You know, she doesn't flirty. They're just good friends.
Hey, and you're flirting with. Well, at least I flirted with her, and I'm fucking married to like a sad.
I didn't flirt with her. I was like, I can't
Disabled
flirt with you.
wife.
My wife is all injured.
Oh fuck that! I kept it a secret for like the longest time, and then it
Isn't
came
the,
out.
isn't
like,
is the wife not dead?
no, she's slowly dying.
Oh,
She's living with her parents in Seattle or something.
Oh, crap.
All the
Yeah,
time. It's
pretty
a-
much
it's a-
dead.
I totally would have made her over to that other watchtower and fucked the shit out of Delilah.
Oh yeah.
I think she's smelly, but I would.
Yeah, you're gonna smell if you stick in that watchtower.
I was looking for bears, you know what I mean?
Oh,
Hey,
yeah.
Hey Ben, I need your help keeping Stardew Valley on this fucking list. As
I'm
far
like-
as we can.
It's just strange because I'm looking at all the other games and thinking, oh, I want
should-
that to be really
Stardew
high, and
should
I want
probably go
that to
now.
be really high. No, I think Stardew is influential.
I would say Halo next.
What about The
I
Walking
could get rid
Dead?
of Bloodborne or Persona.
I can get rid of Persona, but I've never played it, so I wouldn't know.
Exactly, that's what I can get rid of.
Yeah,
Halo. Halo.
Halo.
Hello.
yeah. I say
Are
Halo.
we doing Reach?
Which
I
Halo,
like
yeah.
Reach. the most.
No,
I think-
Combat Evolve. Reach is better than Combat Evolve.
Okay.
No.
Yeah.
No.
Good when we've got 4 of us. Then like 3-on-1, easy. Although 2-on-2 makes it a bit more,
Mhm.
a bit
It's
trickier.
called Halo. Stop playing Combat Evolve. It's called Halo.
Okay. So,
Stardew Valley.
Wait,
what about? Do you think which would you rather play? Walking Dead season 1 or Stardew Valley?
I'd rather play The Walking
Walking
Dead season
Dead.
1. Yeah.
Okay. I need to
Right
play this
now, I'd probably play Stardew Valley just because I've just bought it on the Switch. But in 5 years' time, I'm probably going to want to play The Walking Dead more than Stardew Valley.
Really?
I'm probably still going to be playing Stardew Valley in 5 years.
Yeah.
So,
That'll be a sequel by then.
Isn't it?
oh,
Yeah, it probably
Oh.
will be.
if that guy ever makes a sequel, that's going to be the fucking best game ever made.
Yeah, with other people, what's he going to be able to do?
Microtransactions.
Oh,
Loot boxes.
boxes.
Yeah. Get
Loot
your
boxes.
seed loot boxes. What are you going to get? What seeds are you going to get from your loot boxes?
All right, so Stardew Valley can go on. Yeah, I guess that makes sense.
I think it's, yeah.
Still a bit
And
too
then
indie for my
Reach?
taste.
Yeah, Reach can go now.
I don't want to separate the Halos too far.
Hold your horses.
Wait, Portal 2. I love Portal 2, but
I would say Persona then Halo.
I agree with him.
I'm okay with that. Persona 5, I think 32nd
Nobody
best
in
game.
the world has ever finished Persona 5, so nobody knows where it should be on this.
No. Persona 5, I think that is a good spot for it. It's very respectable for a game that just came out this year as well. But you should play it and take your time with it. It gives you a recap of what's happening and stuff. It's great. That's another thing I love about Yakuza 0. When you start a new chapter, like because the chapters they switch from main character to main character. When you go back to an old character, it gives like a little what you did and like reminds you of all the story. More games need to do with that. Next, Witcher 3 did that really well as well. Okay.
So I'm happy for Reach to go next.
Yeah. Are you happy, Andre? Are you tending to your crops?
I'm done.
No, I'm playing Axiom Verge.
Oh, actually, okay. Glad you're giving us your full attention.
If we would have done it the way I said, we could have been talking and discussing this better.
With no viewers.
yeah. I agree with the list so far.
So that's
Next should be Final Fantasy VII because
No.
fuck that
Yeah.
game.
Behave yourself.
Bloodborne.
Tank controls are so boring. That story.
Tank control. So next is...
I kind of want to start a
Journey.
playthrough of Final Fantasy VII just by looking
next
at
is
this.
probably Journey.
No.
Journey's actually overrated. As good as Journey is, it is overrated.
I don't
And it's
know.
very circumstantial as well. Like if you just go into Journey and no one else is playing it, you're not gonna have a good time.
But
Really? I
somebody's
don't think
always
so.
playing it, which is so weird.
I think Journey is such an
I think
influential
I
game
think
though.
I think Portal and then Journey.
I think that I'd be okay with that.
Journey, then Portal.
That's it. Paul and Journey.
Fuck.
Because one of them you can play on multiple consoles, and then another one of them you can only
my
play on
God.
certain.
Did you read what
Certain
Paddy put in the chat? I mean, that he's not alone in thinking that.
But that shouldn't make a game good.
If somebody said if somebody said to you, "Hey, click players," which is what we are. Should I play Portal 2 or Journey? I've got a few hours spare. 2 hours.
If
spare.
you have a few hours to spare, play Journey. You can finish it and have an awesome experience with it. Portal is a great game. It's still on the list.
Should
I
put
just
Dark
don't
Souls
think
3.
Actually, fuck it. I agree with them just to get it over with.
I thought, yeah, we were agreeing on the same thing, weren't we?
So Journey and Portal.
Oh,
Or-
okay, you're agreeing with the others. All right. Okay.
Portal Journey. Portal Journey. Just do it.
Okay, Portal Journey. Fuck
Okay,
it.
Portal 2.
I have
Yeah.
no clout on this podcast. it seems.
You think Sleeping Dogs is one of the best games of all time? You're like,
Yeah, you lost your clout when you said that.
You said Grim Fandango is one of the best games of all time.
Because
Everybody
it
knows
is.
it's a personal choice, not an actual logical choice.
which is why people say Half-Life 2 is one of the best. Always a personal choice. Always. Oh, it was really good.
Uncharted 4.
Bloodborne.
Stop saying fucking Bloodborne.
Uncharted 4.
Walking
I
Dead.
haven't played it yet.
Okay, I think Uncharted 4 is one of the best games ever made.
And
I think, but
that's why it's on the top 100 list.
Uncharted 4 is like, I know you say that you didn't play the older ones and then you played it, which I don't understand. But Uncharted 4 is it's built on those other three games, and I don't think it's anywhere near as good without them. If that makes sense. So
Yeah,
as good as Uncharted 4 is,
Yeah. Somebody has said to me, like, should I play the other three before playing Uncharted 4? And I was like, you know what? Yeah, do it.
that's the only answer.
Yeah.
You totally should.
So, on its own, maybe not then. Yeah. Put it 28th. Paddy says, please. I think Paddy needs to refresh. Journey is 29's, Paddy. Is that Journey needs to be top 30? Yeah, 29. So we're left with Walking Dead Season 1, for some reason. Dark Souls 3. Final Fantasy 7. Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker. Shadow of the Colossus. Resident Evil 4. And Bloodborne. I would put Walking Dead.
My choice is pretty clear by this point.
I say Walking Dead Season 1.
Okay, Walking
Dead
Dead Season 1, yeah.
Yay.
Because as good as it is, it's still a fucking adventure game, and they're all shit.
And it's with a crappy engine.
Along with Grim Fandango.
So and so will remember
Don't
this.
you
No, they
join-
fucking won't. Nothing different will happen.
So now this is like, yeah, these 3 games. I mean, apart from Resident Evil 4, I don't really care about. The other ones, I'm okay with wherever they are.
Okay, so again, I'll suggest a game next. So out of this list,
This is your list, isn't it?
Zelda.
Dark Souls 3 is next.
Oh, whoa, wait.
As if you're gonna
last
die
game
on that
I
fucking hill. As
Fuck.
if you give a shit.
Wait, Dark Souls 3 is my favorite of the Dark Souls. It
Not
is my.
Bloodborne?
It belongs above Bloodborne.
Bloodborne is a fucking Dark Souls game. You crazy bastard.
I think we should put Dark Souls above Bloodborne. Ben, you agree?
Why
with
would
me?
you do that? That's just not the case.
I
Ben,
played-
you agree with me,
I've
right?
played both of them, and I prefer Bloodborne.
Oh fuck. Okay, whatever.
It's for casuals.
But on one of them, you could play it on any console you want, and on the
That
other
is
one,
not the criteria. So Resident Evil 4 should be the top of the fucking 100 list.
You can play it Overcooked
You
on
play it on
forward.
your phone.
Yeah. Yeah, Resident Evil 4, I just clicked on it and it said it's available for Android.
Yeah,
Okay.
it's one of the best games of all time.
PS4,
Dark Souls
Android,
3.
PS2, PS3. Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, it's available on PS4, Android, PS2, PS3, Xbox One, Xbox 360, Wii, GameCube, Windows, and Zebo. Whatever a Zebo is. There you go. So we were one putting it at 26?
I say Dark Souls 3 and nobody's been able to counter me.
Dark Souls 3.
disagree.
Shadow of the Colossus.
I think Dark
No.
Souls 3 belongs at 21 just because it's the only game I've played left on the list.
Zach can't come next week.
Oh, God, we're going to have
my
Manny
God.
next week. Jeez. Or is he at the Narwhals game?
Yeah, probably. All right, next Legend of Zelda. Fuck everybody.
Yeah,
I hate that
cool.
game. Alright,
You hate the Wind Waker.
No, I love the Wind Waker. The Wind Waker
Is
the
The
best
Legend
game
of
ever.
Zelda Wind Waker worse than Resident Evil 4?
There's no
No,
worse in this. We're talking about the best games.
Oh,
of
is
all time.
Resident Evil 4 a better game than The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Probably.
Oh.
Right now, the top of my list with these games, I'd say Shadow of the Colossus is the best game on this list.
I'd say Final Fantasy 7.
The last 25 should be Zelda.
Okay, do we agree? Yeah. The Legend of...
Why don't you just copy and paste?
Oh, yeah. The Wind... It makes it more exciting like this.
75 in.
Much more exciting like this.
dear.
So, pretty much this list is in the right order now.
Final Fantasy 7.
At the
It's an
top.
old game, thus it's bad.
It's turn-based, thus
Like-
it's bad.
It's a
Three of these are old games.
It's bad. That's a really old game, and they keep remaking it, and it's worse and worse every time.
They've never remade it.
I mean, they re-released it a bunch of times, remastered it.
You can actually play Final Fantasy 7 with kind of cheats on the PS4. It's one of the few games on the PS4 you can play with cheats.
I can play with a bunch of cheats on my fucking computer when I emulate the shit out of it.
Can't do anything on your Mac. You can barely play Stardew Valley on that thing.
You
So
can.
let me tell you the right answer for this breakdown, right? What you
Okay.
do is
He's going to tell us the truth.
you go Shadow of the Colossus, that's next. Then you go
Really?
Resident Evil 4, and then you go Bloodborne, and then you go Final Fantasy 7. So that's the right answer, but obviously
That's
You
not
got-
gonna.
you guys might want to do it differently.
I
Wait, Ben, what would you say your list is from 24 to 21?
would have exactly the same as Jordan.
Oh, fuck you guys.
But I mean, Shadow of the Colossus maybe higher than. No, yeah, I think Resident Evil 4 would go below Shadow of the Colossus.
And I think if you gave Resident Evil 4 a couple of hours, and I told you which control scheme to change it to because the base one isn't right, I think you'd really enjoy it.
Because it's broken.
I think anybody would if they just give
Yeah.
it enough time.
God, I can't wait for the Shadow of the Colossus remake.
Yeah, I mean,
Can't wait for the Final
fucking
Fantasy 7 remake.
incredible. Fuck that. It's gonna be shitty and nobody's gonna like it. And it's gonna have microtransactions and everyone's gonna be like, oh, this game is shitty. And I hope everyone falls out of love with fucking Final Fantasy VII, the boring ass game with turn-based combat on only one system. Right, Zach?
No, it's on a lot of stuff.
Yeah, it's on PS4, PC, Vita.
It's on Windows. It's on an iOS. It's alright.
Vita.
Okay.
Final Fantasy doesn't have microtransactions. It has like jackets and cars, like actual cars you can buy and
Yeah.
fucking
Yeah, you can buy
Florence and the Machine.
The car. So good. Oh, I want to play 15 again. On PC.
All right, let's finish this list.
So 24?
Done.
Final
24.
Fantasy 7.
Okay.
You got it the wrong way around. So it goes Shadow of the Colossus.
Okay. Oh,
God.
mean,
Lotion on its skin.
24th best
Bloodborne.
game of all time. Oh,
This makes me sad.
Yeah, it makes me sad too, Zach. We should have fought.
What are you fighting for? What games are you?
I want Shadow of the Colossus to be higher.
I didn't even pick 100 games. That's the problem for me.
Then it goes Resident Evil 4.
I'm agree.
I cannot believe. I disagree, but I will fucking forfeit this because I'm not gonna win this argument.
Put the lotion on its skin.
And
And 22 is Bloodborne.
mhm.
Can we just change this to top 100 PlayStation 4 games?
I've learned how to
And
copy and paste.
finally, 21, the most overrated RPG of all time, Final Fantasy VII.
Mass Effect, you mean?
Overrated, overrated, along with Mass Effect. Mass Effect
I'm
1
happy
is
with that.
overrated as well.
I know for
Everyone
someone who
hates
has
it.
for someone who has a lots of problems with overrated games, Jordan really likes Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
No, that's Manny with the
So
overrated games.
Got the point about Final Fantasy 7 that it's actually the backlash that's overrated now. People think it's cool to not Final Fantasy 7.
Yeah.
Final Fantasy VII's a shitty
Kinda
game
tempted
for
to do-
shitty people.
But 6 is the better one because I'm 2 years older than you and I remember 6 and it was on the SNES. And there's a castle and it comes out of the sand.
10 is the best.
No,
isn't it?
it
You
is.
know that.
I don't think any of the Final Fantasies would make my list. If I'm maybe Crystal Chronicles, just because I had a great time playing that shit.
All right, so that is our list. Should we go from 100? No. From 40,
God.
we've put Inside as 40 because we thought that Inside was better than Dark Souls and Metal Gear Solid 2. 39, Animal Crossing. 38, GTA 4. 37, Batman Arkham Knight. 36, Bioshock Infinite. 35, South Park Stick of Truth. 34, Halo. 33, Stardew Valley. Which, like every time I've mentioned something, they're like, Stardew Valley. 32, Persona 5. 31, Halo Reach. 30 is Portal 2. 29 is Journey, Uncharted 4 is 28, 27 The Walking Dead Season 1, 26 is Dark Souls 3, The Legend of Zelda The Wind Waker makes it at 25, 24 is Shadow of the Colossus, Resident Evil 4 is 23rd, Bloodborne 22nd, and 21st best game of all time is Final Fantasy 7.
Ooh.
It's a lock. Paddy just was like, swap Shadow of the Colossus and Final Fantasy 7. No, Paddy. It's locked.
I agree with you, man. All right.
I think Shadow.
Wait,
I
what?
think Shadow's one of the most iconic PlayStation games.
I think it's one of the most overrated games.
I wanted to play it so bad. That's where my hate of PlayStation 4 exclusives began, with Shadow of the Colossus.
Should get a PlayStation, Zach.
Nah.
Okay, so now we're going to be announcing all of the games that are in our top 20. Now that's going to be exciting. You'll know them all in a random order. So this podcast is overrated. Yeah, that's why people love it. Hipster to like this podcast. Hey, I've hit 1,200 followers. Party
This
time.
podcast doesn't deserve to be rated. That's where it's at right now.
Oh no, I didn't. I lost one, I think, because it's gone back down. All right. Is that you, Paddy? So on our top 20 list, I would like Zach to give responses to this. GTA 5.
Yes.
Okay, just yes. Yes, that is correct.
Yes, that sounds
is a
like
game.
That is a
sounds
video
like a
game.
top 20. Yeah.
2, Destiny. 3, Super Mario World.
I
4,
don't know.
Metal Gear Solid.
Yes.
5, Mass Effect 3.
Stop putting a number next to them.
There's a number. Oh yeah, Halo 2. Red Dead Redemption.
Hot.
Bioshock.
Oh, PlayStation.
Bioshock.
Nice.
The New Doom.
Nice.
Metal Gear Solid 5.
Nice.
Legend of Zelda: Breath of the Wild. Best Zelda game. Mass Effect. 1.
1 and 3. All right.
Yeah. The Witcher 3.
Nice.
Destiny 2. Stupidly high.
Both of them.
Yeah, I don't know.
Do we
why.
have every single Halo except for Halo Wars on this list?
Yeah,
We
Halo
got
Wars.
ODST. I can't believe we got ODST.
And Fallout 3.
Nice.
Okay, now
Nice.
the 5 other
Finally.
games that we've not announced yet that are in the top 20. First one is The Last of Us.
Nice.
Obviously, that's going to be in there. Next one. Metal Gear Solid 4.
Yeah.
3 Metal Gears in the top 10.
Next one. I really like this one. It's best first-person shooter game ever. Titanfall 2.
Fuck yeah.
What the fuck is that
What?
doing in the top 20
Best
list?
first-person
What's it doing
shooter.
in the top 100 list? What are you talking about?
Because it's the
Fuck
best
yeah.
first-person shooter game ever made.
My
You
God.
can tell when Ben throws in a game because it's not.
Because
supposed to
everybody
be there.
votes for it, whereas when Jordan throws in a game, they all get stuck in the 20 to 40 category. Okay, two more.
Titanfall 2 next to fucking Metal Gear.
That's crazy.
Actually, it's in between. It's getting a Metal Gear sandwich because Metal Gear Solid 3 is in there.
Oh, wow.
Oh,
I feel
damn.
with darkness and silence through the night. What a thrill. I'm lost and I'm searching for you.
The Pokemon
What
theme.
a fear in my heart. but
Pokemon.
you're
We
so
lost 5
free.
people. 5 people just left.
Yeah, I did
I
actually.
give my life, not for honor, but for you.
Gotta catch 'em all. Gotta catch 'em all. And the final one in our top 20 list is
Yeah, be no one else.
Can you guess what it is?
Mass Effect 2.
It's Mass Effect 2, yeah.
Oh, how the
Nice.
fuck did I guess that?
Yeah. Well done, Mass Effect 2. So we have 3 Mass Effects. We have 3 Mass Effect 1 was Mass Effect, all the Mass Effects are in there, except for Andromeda, which is a travesty. How many Metal Gear Solids? We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 Metal Gear Solids.
Even I think that's Metal Gear Solid heavy.
2 Destinies for some reason.
Oh, yeah, both Destinies.
I cannot believe Destiny's on there. Maybe Destiny
Yeah,
2, but I fucking
that's a
hated
mistake.
it.
No, I'm the other way
When-
around.
when
I think Destiny 1 is a better game than Destiny 2 right now.
Oh my
What the fuck
god.
are you
get
talking
the
about?
Fuck out of here.
How
Yeah,
did you work that out?
we'll discuss this next week.
You're crazy. But I think when it comes to our, like, when we get to the end and we do a bit of jigging with this list, I think Destiny needs to go. You can't have Destiny 1 and Destiny 2 is Destiny 1, but just better. It's got to go.
I don't know, Destiny 2, like, it's very easy to hit a cap and like where you can't progress further until you got to like wait a whole week.
I mean,
Before
because
you
that
can
game,
get
that
better.
game
Like a
hasn't
good game
even-
But with Destiny 1, you
Wow.
can just grind as much. You can play that game as much as you want, and they'll continue to reward you, getting slightly better and better.
It won't. It'll just fucking throw you blue engrams and then you just trash them.
But then you get purple engrams every now and again that are higher. Whereas if you can get purple engrams in Destiny 2 and they're still lower, shite.
Destiny's a shitty game too.
Yeah, let's just get rid of them. And put Half-Life 3 and Undertale on,
We have just a lot of similar games.
or Half-Life 2 maybe. Yeah, well, this is our list, so we have similar likes, I guess.
We fucking don't.
What
Are
number
you
is
just
Metal Gear
with
Solid
the
5?
same guy?
Paddy says he's horrified if Metal Gear Solid 5 is over 60. Metal Gear Solid 5 is in our top 20 list, Paddy.
Yeah.
It wasn't finished, so it was almost disqualified from the list for not being a finished game, but we took pity on it.
All right,
good.
so next week we're going to be debating those 20 games, getting in, and also we'll be moving around a couple. Not many, but we'll move. That NFL game will be no longer on that list.
Neither will Firewatch. It's exciting.
So join us next week. Zach will definitely not be on next week as a Firewatch aficionado. But yeah, I agree, Paddy. Let's put this poor thing out of its misery.
Oh my god! Thank God.
I'm glad this was a much shorter game. This was 10 minutes shorter than last week's show. That was over 3 hours. We're only 2
Wow,
hours 52.
Congratulations.
So before we go,
One
I think. Yeah, go on.
No, you go.
So I think when it comes to us, like when we get to the end of this list, and I obviously Half-Life 2 needs to go in somewhere. I'm going to keep on saying that each week.
Yeah.
Fucking
I haven't even played it, and I know it will be.
But also, I think it's going to be something like, or should be something like, if we inject a game, then somebody else gets to take a game out.
Oh,
Oh, then we
touch
should. I
NFL
think
Blitz.
it should rather
Somebody
than,
touch it.
yeah, rather than one of us be allowed to just remove it. I think it should be a group decision. So maybe we can bring up 2 games each, one that we think's too low and one that we think's too high, and then we just discuss it again and move it, rather than just be like, nope, I want to get rid of Dark Souls 3. I want Bloodborne nowhere near this list.
Maybe we each get to put a game in. I think I get to put 2 fucking games in because I already put Half-Life 2 in once.
Nope,
Yeah.
nope.
No,
Half-Life 2 is your one game.
I mean, if anyone gets 2 games, it's the one who didn't even write a list, right?
Fuck you.
You get 100 games, I guess.
Yeah,
But
100.
yeah, and we should be able to take games out. And
Yeah, okay, so 1 game in, and 1 game too high, 1 game too low. That's it. That's where you need to come. That's your homework for next class.
But next
week.
week, I say next week we just do the 100, and then the next episode we argue it.
No, because the week after
why
is...
are you dragging things out?
Yeah.
We can kill this next
The
week.
thing is...
That will be like an 8-hour podcast.
Great.
It won't.
We'll start early.
Oh my god, yes it will. Fine.
The
Metal Gear
longer the
Solid
better.
5 is number 1. Whatever.
No matter what your girlfriend tells you, Andre, the longer the better. Hey. But yeah, we'll do that. And also, I think when Manny starts going off to his Narwhals game, we're going to be having a rotating seat. So we're going to have new people. I've already got like 3 or 4 people that want to join us. So, yeah. We need to get some women.
Well,
we need to get some women and minorities on here.
Fuck that.
There's a Mexican. All right.
God damn it. All right.
Right.
Bye, everybody.
Bye, everyone.
Bye.
Let's start waving.
Bye.
Wait a minute. Get waving. I need to. Yeah, this is the one I need.
I need to poop.
Put it out of its misery.
Yeah, I need to
Bye,
poo as well.
everybody. I
Bye.
actually have to go poop.
Wait.
So I'm going to go poop right
No,
now.
you need to start. You need to wave.
See you later, guys. See you later. See you. Bye.
Bye.
Hey, Gita.
Akita. Bye. You gotta keep waving.
Bye.
Bye. Okay, now they can still hear us, so don't say anything too racist, Zach.
So how about that Donald Trump, right?
Oh my God, doesn't he say exactly what we're all thinking?
He says the right things at the right time.
Yeah. Oh yeah, I got 1,200 followers. Whoop. Twitch.tv/BiggusBennus. Thank you all very much. Yay. If you stick around, I'll send a host to somebody. But you can also dance to this amazing song. Bye.